Let me say first and foremost, congratulations to every one of you for being here this evening. I just want to talk about, just a few seconds, I want to talk about
Yeah.
victory. Bow your heads with me before we pray. Father, we ask God that as we go into a short devotion, you would be with us. Grant us your wisdom, grant us the patience, and grant us a game, God, that is filled with fun and excitement. And may your name be lifted up in Jesus' name. Amen. In Exodus chapter 15 and verse 2, the Bible says, "The Lord is my strength and my song. He has given me victory. This is my God. I will praise him. My Father's God, I will exalt him." I just simply want to say to all of you here tonight that you are winners. On the field and off the field, you are winners. And the reason why you are all winners is because God has already given you victory outside of the circle here this evening, outside of the game. God has already granted. As a matter of fact, the Bible says, God, the Lord, is our victory. And so this evening, whether you end up on the winning side or on the losing side, you are victorious. And that's the mentality that I want you guys to go out there with. That when you play, you are still winners. And you are still victorious because God has already granted us victory. And you might ask the question, what has God granted us victory over? I say God has granted you victory over personal weaknesses. God has granted you victory over personal fears. God has granted you victory over financial situations. And God has granted us victory over COVID-19. Amen? So God has granted you already the victory. So when you go out there to play tonight, go out there not as someone who is just looking to win a game, or someone might end up on the losing side. Whatever the case might be, go out there as if, win or lose, I am victorious. And that is what I think will make the difference tonight when men are playing, because this is a brotherhood. The APL in and of itself is a brotherhood. So when you go out there, gentlemen, just remember, you are all victorious because of God. Amen? God bless you. Bow your heads with us as we pray to close. Father, in the name of Jesus, we present the two teams before you. I pray, God, that when they assume or ascend the field, that God, your Holy Spirit will be with all of them. And remind them today, God, that you have granted them the victory, that every single one of them, all 22 of them that will assume the field, are already victorious because of God. And for that, we give you all the praise. We thank you for the victories that you've given us in our lives, victories over fears, victories over difficulties, victories over finances. We thank you, God, for the victory. In Jesus' name, amen. God bless you guys. Good game. Yeah, preacher. right, good evening, everybody. We just want to thank everyone for tuning in to the what promises to be a very fantastic finals. I am Pastor Rod Rennie here, of course, your co-commentator with my very good friend, Mr. Greg.
Yes, pleasant good evening to one and all. The long-awaited finals between the unbeaten Millet and the defending champions, Caribbean Stars. So that should be a cracker of a game.
That should be a cracker of a game. And of course, tonight, Millet has won the toss and has chosen to bat, and they have just gone out on the pitch. We are waiting the first ball to be bowled. Umpiring for us tonight is a man we call Mr. Karu.
Yeah, Mr. Dennis Leo.
Mr. Dennis Leo, otherwise known as Mr. Karu. And we also have, I believe, Mr. Sipal as the other standing umpire tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we're asking you to share the link. Let individuals know that APL Finals is on at this time, and it promises to be a fantastic game.
Yes, certainly. Two good team, well-balanced team.
Well-balanced team.
A number of former national players and current national players as well.
Indeed.
In the lineups.
Indeed.
So certainly it certainly has the marking of a crack of a finals.
Fantastic. First ball bowled. Oh, and that seemed to have gone wide. That's a boundary.
Yes.
What a way to start the game this morning. And who is bowling first for Caribbean Stars? I believe it's
Lnostudios, the captain. On this occasion, was a bit loose down the leg side, and Cameron Charles certainly just helped this one.
Definitely
down to the long leg boundary for a relatively easy boundary. So Millet up and running.
With
four without loss
of the first ball. And of course, we think that if Mr. Sexius has to come back after this one, he needs to bowl on the off stump, and he needs to be very careful not to send those deliveries on the leg side, because Millet will capitalize on it.
Yes, certainly those sort of deliveries, one could safely say these are free hits.
Certainly. So again, ladies and gentlemen, share the link and tell a friend that the APL Finals are on, and we promise that you will not regret sharing the link. Oh, another short delivery and dispatched again. I believe that's where mid-wicket.
Yes, into the vacant mid-wicket area.
Oh, that's an overthrow. Oh, my goodness. We have just some sloppy fielding there by the defending champions. But I do believe that the captain needs to improve on his bowling. And again, maybe he might be contending with he might be contending with some dew here. Oh, and that's a better delivery, but I still think it's a bit too short, Mr. Greg. What do you think?
Yes, all three deliveries so far has been on the short side. Luckily that he was not punished. But it's still early days, one would say.
Luckily,
just a wait and see. This is the very first delivery that the batsman is facing.
Yeah, and this is a very important game to be bowling short deliveries. Sexius comes into bowl. Again, another short delivery and dispatched, and that looks like it's going to make its way, almost to the boundary. But I'd say he was pretty lucky on this one.
As much as Sexius has been bowling a number of short pitch deliveries, we just played the Veterans tournament not too long ago, and I could tell you it's more difficult putting away the short balls than the full pitch deliveries.
I do agree.
So perhaps he has done his homework and
he believes
he believes bowling short maybe the best option.
Well, that is yet to be seen. And still another short delivery, and my goodness, this one was dispatched for 6. Again, we say that this is not the best type of bowling for the first over. I would hope that he would think that it's best to get his line and his length better, as opposed to bowling these short deliveries. This one was well treated down to the boundary for 6.
Yes, you'd hitch over square leg for 6. But that Sexius certainly is notorious for bowling short.
Yeah.
And certainly on this occasion, Cameron Charles really getting into position very early and dispatching this one over the square leg area for a huge 6. So certainly they have a very good start so far. 12 runs in the over.
It will be interesting to see how he comes back from this one. Sexius comes into bowl. And again, another short delivery. That is 5 short deliveries in an over. Is that an over?
So certainly...
Oh, that's the over?
Yes, the end of the first over.
6 short deliveries.
An over in which Millet got some 12 runs. So 12 runs very productive over for Millet. Very good start indeed.
Again, you know, this promises to be a fantastic game and an exciting game. And Millet is proving that they mean business with 12 runs in the first over.
Well, certainly they have played the best cricket in the tournament so far. They have played unbeaten.
Unbeaten.
So certainly they
would.
But
maybe tonight might be the unlucky night.
Well,
you remember what happened to Guyana
well, usually in a tournament, the team is always due for one bad game, and semi-finals and finals is really not the time you want to have a bad game. So
I remember Guyana,
they're certainly having a good run, and they would want to complete the tournament unbeaten, I would think.
Let's hope this doesn't happen. This is not Guyana's fit. The same fit as Guyana in the CPL. Who's bowling?
So we see the bowler marking his run from the southern end. Smith.
Ooh! And I would like to think that that's a better line. That's a beautiful delivery for his first ball.
Yeah, beautiful delivery indeed.
Nice line outside of the off stump.
Just outside the off stump. Batsman pushing forward. And certainly was beaten for a bit of pace as well.
Definitely.
It's a good start to the second over by Smith. Tariq Gabriel certainly ringing the change. Good lofted drive there to the vacant long on boundary, 1 bounce for 4. So certainly a pitch-up delivery. And batsman taking full advantage of this one. Just hitting through the line. So really good execution there. And Millet moves on to 14-16 after 1.2 overs.
After 1.2 overs. I'd say that's a pretty good run rate. And if they continue that way, they may well reach 200 runs in 20 overs.
Yes, so certainly a very good start there by Millet so far.
I see the captain making some slight changes to the field after that boundary. Oh, and he bowls a short ball and well treated. That goes down to the boundary for another 4. Well placed there at fine leg.
Yes, good improvisation there. Just moving across the stump there and just really helping this one to the vacant fine leg area.
That seemed to have been a slow ball. I don't know if he tried to just tone down on the pace for a little bit.
But I think it was perhaps a bit premeditated. He got into position very quickly.
Very early.
And just helped this one through the vacant fine leg boundary for 4. So certainly they are going at a pretty healthy rate. Some 18 runs so far. 20, sorry, in the over. And we're just, 1.4.
Look at, and that would be a wide by the umpire. Yes. I don't know if the bowlers are frustrated, Greg, but you can clearly see that there is an uneasiness on the part of the bowlers. If I were his skipper, I would just have a quick conversation with him, tell him not to lose his cool. You see, cricket is a very interesting game. You may go for one boundary now, and you might take the bowler with your next ball, but you have to keep your cool.
Yeah, but it might be a case of him perhaps struggling a bit with the run-up. I went out there early on, and there was a little shower earlier prior to the commencement of the game, and some players do not have the proper footwear, so that certainly
might be. Oh, that's a better delivery. That looks almost like a Yorker delivery there. What a good comeback there from the bowler.
Yes, good full-length delivery there, and the batsman, one would say, was equal to the task. Yes. Really got behind this one, just smothered this one right in front of him. So certainly good cricket, good all-round cricket.
Yeah, we're seeing cricket at its best. Oh, that's again another good delivery there. Good comeback there from young Smith. Beautiful delivery. That's the way you come back from a bashing in your previous deliveries. Well done there by the young bowler. I believe he has one more delivery left in this over, and it will be interesting to see how he handles himself in that last ball.
Yes, certainly he has been coming back quite nicely.
Ooh, again, another beautiful delivery. But of course, in the APL, we are not playing LBW.
Yes.
So he's shouting in vain.
Munford at the mid-off area was quite excited about this one.
My
but
lord, my
he seems
lord.
to have forgotten that, as you did indicate, we're not playing LBW. But after 2, Millet, they have moved on to 20, 21 without loss. 21 without loss after 2 overs. So certainly we're looking at what? 10.5 and over.
That's a very, very high run rate. And of course, we have the captain coming back, hopefully to redeem himself from an over of just short deliveries. Let's see how the skipper handles himself in this over. I see him making some changes to his field. It would be good for him to just bowl a nice line of the off stump and even Yorker length deliveries.
Well, he's bowling to a 5-4 field, so let's see. Again, shot.
Oh, again, another. Ooh, but that. Ooh.
All the way. Looked like it gone for 6.
That goes for 6. Another short delivery there by the skipper.
Well, certainly, Lnostudios is either admiring that shot from Kemal Charles or he's just not learning.
I'm trying to understand what is the rationale for bowling short deliveries at this time. I really have not yet understood what the bowler is trying to do.
But as I did indicate earlier on, Lnostudios is notorious for bowling short.
Okay,
so perhaps,
you know, just second nature to him.
To him.
Yeah, but the game calls for different. That's better. Now that should be a wicket. It's just one man under it. Oh my goodness! And he drops. What a missed opportunity.
Yes, certainly a missed opportunity indeed there. But just looking at the fielder,
he never settled on
it. He never settled. He never looked like he was going to hold on to this one. You could see someone who looks confident going for a catch and someone who's certainly not confident at all. And he really did not look. And it's a big miss there.
Man,
to let Kemal Charles off the hook there.
I do certainly hope that that missed opportunity does not come back to bite them. Oh, that's a better delivery there. But the batsmen seem to be intent on taking a single on this one.
Yeah, good all-round cricket. Showing you that it's not just about playing the big shot.
That's right. That's correct. That's correct.
He's pretty much aware that the Sabina Simanuel is almost deep, halfway out, close to the circle, the 40-yard circle, and he had the presence of mind to just drop this one in front, the wicket, and scamper for a fairly quick run.
Sexius comes into bowl. And again, another short delivery and dispatched again for 6. I cannot understand the rationale from this young man. But I'm hoping that he would take himself off the attack. That seemed to be the most logical thing to do after this over. That's another thrashing there by young Charles.
Yeah, so far I think somewhat 14 runs in the over, 2 sixes and the missed chance. They took 2. So I think some 14 runs has come off 15 so far of the
and he still has 2 deliveries left. Am I correct? Or 1? 2 deliveries left.
So certainly another very expensive over.
Oh.
So one who can say a good comeback delivery there.
That's definitely a good comeback delivery there. But the damage has been done. And if I were the batsman, after 15 runs in the over, I would just see myself off, or rather see the bowler off, and wait for the next bowler.
So certainly. Shot again.
And that's another boundary. That's another boundary.
Partially stopped. But still made its way all the way to the boundary for 4. So some 19 runs coming off the third over. And after 3, the score has moved on to 40 runs. So certainly,
Millet
Carrion Stars, they're really up against it very early. And some poor bowling by the captain.
I would say they definitely need to take a wicket
Lnostudios
as soon as possible.
He's 2 overs he has gone forward. He went for 12 in the first and I think 19 in the second. So he has gone for some 31. So certainly Captain Lnostudios has been very expensive. And Millet certainly has been taking advantage of some very loose bull in there, especially loose by Captain Lnostudios.
Do we have a new bowler?
Smith
is coming back.
Look like he'll be continuing from the southern end, yeah.
I mean, Greg, you've had a lot of experience in cricket. What do you tell your bowlers after such a bad start? What do you tell them? How do you get them to compose themselves after such a bad start?
Well, irrespective of whatever the score is, one thing Kip Shalia always said, you add 2 wickets to the score and it's a different score. So you just have to employ to the bowlers that just continue to keep it tight.
Okay.
You know, just continue keeping it tight and look to take wickets.
Fantastic.
Because irrespective of a team could be perhaps say 80, 90 without loss.
Yes.
And you put 2 free quick wickets to it. And
as with West Indies, we saw that this week with West Indies.
You know, it's a different complexion right away. So it's just a question of sticking to the basics.
Oh, and that's a very good delivery. It's a very good delivery.
And one could really see contrasting style of bowling. Smith seems to be the one who really want to pitch the ball
up in the right spots.
And Ernell on the other side tend to bowl very short.
Pitching it a bit short.
And if one were to look at the scoring rate between the two, certainly they have been more prolific against the short pitch bowling.
Slower ball. Oh my goodness! I would say that the intention was very good from the bowler, with some good deception there with that slower ball. However, it was a full delivery and of course dispatched rightly so by the batsman.
Yes, but he was very unlucky not to have gotten 4. The ball went very close to the ropes. But I guess just a little heavy outfield and not much pace that was generated of the shot prevented him from getting 4.
Oh, and again, this time around, same place, but this time around it's going to go fine leg
into the vacant boundary for 4.
My goodness.
So Smith on this occasion just straight down the leg side and Cameron Charles getting into position very quickly and just helping this one down to the vacant fine leg boundary for 4. So certainly these two are off to a very good start and scores at this point in time, scores 46.
46 in 4 overs. What a run rate.
3.4. So certainly they have a very healthy rate. Again, improvisation there by Cameron Charles, trying to be a little cheeky there, getting this one to short footman and only resulting in just 1 run. So 45 after 3.5. Certainly a good healthy rate there.
Can you imagine if they were 50 after 4 overs? That means that we're looking at 300.
Going at more than 11 and over, really, when you look at it.
Oh, and that's a wicket. That's a beautiful delivery there. Keep it simple and keep it on the off stick. What a beautiful delivery there. And he got his man.
Yes.
And I believe that was...
Batsman on this occasion.
That's young Charles.
Anderson Charles.
Anderson Charles.
Yes, really.
Anderson goes for... You have the score?
Anderson on this occasion really looking to play across the line. And he was comprehensively bowled there by Smith for 20.
20 runs.
But definitely a good start. Having lost the first wicket and the score on 46.
Maybe this wicket will change the complexion of the game.
So certainly Xavier Gabriel, the experienced Xavier Gabriel was played.
Very, very experienced.
Cricket for St. Lucia was played for the Windward Island as well. And certainly one of those players who
are most experienced.
He can change a game very quickly for you with the bat. And so most of us know him for his exploit more with the ball. But he has played some very good innings for Millet, for South Castries, especially with the bat.
Yeah, I mean, Xavier is one of the most experienced all-rounders that we know in cricket. Of course, a few, maybe 10 or 15 years ago, he was more known for his quick pace and his bowling. But he has developed himself as a good all-rounder, and he's now coming in at number 3 for Millet. Sexy. Surprising by the captain to continue with the bowling after
Well,
I would say 2 poor overs.
They with some teams they have a format and they tend to
They
believe
tend to want to keep the
to
format.
stick to it. Sextius normally bowls 3 overs up front and come back in the back end and bowl one, but he has not bowled. He has not bowling well at all in his first 2 overs.
Cricketer, do you keep the same strategy when it's not working?
Yeah, certainly.
Sextius, and again, this first delivery goes. It looks like.
Yes, this one was played through backward point to the left of Rafik, and certainly could not prevent 2 runs. So, good batting there by Kemal Charles.
Good batting there by young Charles. I'm trying to get the link.
So Captain Earl Sextius certainly would want to add 1 to the wicket column as well. Just playing this one on the back foot, punching this one through the extra cover, and there's a fielder on the boundary, just restricting to 1. 50 runs. 50 after some 4.2.
Yeah, got it.
So certainly good batting there by Millet, taking full advantage of some loose bowling, making good use of the power play.
Sextius comes in for his 3rd. Ooh! And that is a boundary on the 3rd delivery. I would say that one is just pure bad luck because the delivery was a good delivery, but the keeper seemed to have not been paying attention to what was happening, and we just
I don't.
Nice flick into 3rd man there.
I don't think it. Well, I only would want to say this was deliberately played by Xavier Gabriel. I don't think it was just an outside edge. It was really. It was an intentional shot, really. So one would say good batting there. And Millet certainly taking full advantage of the.
You may also have to ask whether that was good fielding on the part of the bad fielding, sorry, on the part of the fielder. Ooh, that's a better comeback delivery there by young Sextius, who has bowled I think four deliveries now, and he has 2 more deliveries to go in this over.
So certainly Millet making some good use of the power play.
Yes. Ooh.
Again, much better bowling there by Ernest Sextius this time around. Certainly we have not seen the barrage of short pitch bowling that we've seen from him in the first 2 overs so far.
Definitely a better comeback over from young Sextius. And it will be interesting to see how he closes this over. Sextius comes into bowl. Last delivery of the over. And that was a much better delivery there by young Sextius. Oh, and a missed opportunity, missed fielding there by Caribbean Stars. Again, we are seeing that the fielding is not at its best. And, bad fielding, of course, can cause us a game, Greg.
Yes, certainly a bit of poor fielding there. Better throw into the keeper.
Yes.
Certainly would have found Kemal Charles struggling.
Yes, indeed.
But they always said fortune favors the brave.
Word.
Certainly everything seems to be going Kemal Charles' way. He has dropped early on in the inning. And this time, very sharp single there. Poor throw into the keeper, Gavin Serrier. And as a matter of fact, they even got an additional runs. The back it up certainly was not proper. So after 5, the score has moved on to somewhat 50, 56. 56 after 5, and they've lost just 1 wicket in the process. So certainly a very, very good start there by
that is
by Millet.
11 runs, 11 point something runs and over. That's a tremendous start there by Millet, and we're hoping that they can keep that momentum.
It looked like the bowler from the south, Sabinus Emmanuel.
Right. Millet has lost 1 over so far. 1 batsman so far, and
Well, if you look at the trend in T20 cricket, they always tell you could afford to lose perhaps one or two wickets
in
the first six. So certainly with a score of 54.
54.
And they've lost just one wicket so far in the power play. So they're doing
pretty well.
They're doing pretty well.
We have a new bowler.
Yes, Sabina Simanuel.
Sabina Simanuel comes in with.
This one on the pads of Kemal Charlton, just turning this one to the vacant square leg area and gets an easy single. So Kemal Charles certainly, Rod has shown us, is not just all about the big hitting.
Definitely. Ooh!
Opportunity and it's dropped by Smith there.
Another drop catch by Caribbean Stars. Certainly, we are not seeing the best of Caribbean Stars fielding here this evening. That would be the second drop catch by Caribbean Stars. And again, we are appealing to all the fielders. Catches win matches. Catches win matches, Greg.
Yes,
that's very unfortunate.
By the way, it was a valiant effort by the fielder, one would say. Well, it was not a straightforward catch.
And the next delivery is dispatched for 6.
And this usually happens in cricket. You drop a fielder, a batsman, and the next delivery tends to disappear into the boundary.
My goodness.
So Sabina Simanuel on this occasion, on the short side, and Xavier Gabriel get into position very quickly. Just dispatch this one into the
for 6.
mid-wicket area for 6.
Again, the run rate from Millet is another short delivery, and again dispatched for 4.
Wide mid-wicket area for 4. So
Xavier is making his intention very clear.
Very clear. And these are really in a no-nonsense mode. And you can't blame them. If you look at the lineup of the Caribbean Stars, they certainly have some batsmen there with some good pedigree.
Right,
so
definitely.
They would need to post a good score on the board. And as we expect in the finals, one would expect a good battle between bat and ball.
Ooh.
Quicker delivery outside the off-stump there. Xavier perhaps a minute felt this one was a bit wide, but umpire Sipal certainly was in the favor of the bowler.
We must admit we have some experienced umpires in the APL. That's a beautiful delivery straight back to the fielder and for 1 run.
Yes, generally the standard of umpiring has been good. Sipal, Mr. Leo, played a few matches. In fact, in the veterans competition, they umpired quite a few of the games that we played, and generally they did a good job.
Right.
So I don't think the umpiring has been so much of an issue in the tournament. So after 6, the power play, the Millet team has gotten to 70. 70 after 6
overs.
Yeah, so certainly a good power play there for Millet. Yeah, they've lost just 1 wicket and they've scored some 70 runs in the 6 overs.
Greg, the APL has become a very popular tape ball tournament, perhaps even the premier tape ball tournament on the island. And every year we have been very consistent in ensuring that teams all around the country can get to enjoy this game. We even have veterans team playing this tournament. So, kudos to the organizers of the APL. We have a new bowler coming in. Ooh!
Certainly good delivery. We'll get the name of the bowler. DK Henry from Monrepo. So certainly Monrepo have quite a few players playing for the Caribbean Stars.
And over the years, Monrepo has produced a lot of good cricketers over the years. Ooh, and again, another beautiful delivery. I must admit that the bowler seemed to understand the assignment. Very beautiful delivery there.
Xavier Henry was comprehensively beaten on this occasion. And not just the batsman was beaten, even the keeper was beaten.
The keeper was beaten on that.
So certainly good start there by DK Henry.
We wanna just remind our viewers to share the link and let individuals know that APL final is happening. Spread the link and leave us a comment on the link. Leave us a comment. Let us know where you are enjoying this wonderful game from, where you are viewing from, what part of St. Lucia and what part of the world.
Another good delivery there again by DK Henry. Javi Gabriel really using his feet, looking to give him the charge, but certainly wasn't able to get much onto this one.
Ooh, that's another. Oh, and again, what a. Oh, and another missed opportunity. Again, the fielding is failing Caribbean Stars tremendously this evening. You know, after this game, I would definitely have a team meeting and speak to them about the quality of fielding that's going on here tonight, or that went on. Maybe I hope that it does not cost them tonight. Again, we want to just big up Eagle Freight. The manager of that company is Leslie Jabati, so we want to thank him for sponsoring this lovely tournament, and he has been doing so for many years. So we thank Eagle Freight for being one of our premier sponsors.
Certainly, we would want to.
Oh, and that seemed to be a wide delivery just outside the off stick.
Yes, this one was outside the off someone, also kept a bit low.
I'm really enjoying watching this young bowler bowl.
Yeah, Dikesh certainly has come through the rungs of the youth setup.
Right.
Certainly a promising youngster.
Ooh!
Wide on this occasion. I think if this is just about the second wide of the inning so far. Yeah, so certainly in terms of the wides, they've been disciplined in this department. And this one is short, and Kimrol getting into position very quickly and hoists this one over the mid-wicket area for another 6.
Greg, man, I'm thinking we may have spoken too soon. There was such a tremendous over, but just being a bit tarnished by this last ball. But again, Millet seemed to be hurrying along with the run rate at after the 7th over. Millet is...
The squads move on to what now? 79.
79 after 7 overs. 78.
Yeah, so 78. Dikesh Henry on this occasion, the last delivery, really just aired on the short side, and Cameron Charles has really not missed out on too many short pitch deliveries, getting in position very quickly and dispatching this one into the mid-wicket area for another 6. So it looks like we're having a new bowler from the south. Shawin Kelman. Okay, so Mr. Kelman is going to take up the attack from the southern end. Coming in to replace Sabinas Emmanuel after just 1 over. And this one is a wide outside the off stump. Certainly not the sort of start that the captain would have wanted from Mr. Kelman. Caribbean Stars certainly would need to pick up a few wickets.
Definitely.
If not...
stop the bleeding. Certainly, they're hemorrhaging. Ooh, that was
another wide again.
Another wide delivery.
So Mr. Kelman certainly is practicing social distancing.
Yeah, but we don't need him
like
to do that.
Distancing the ball from the bat.
And he comes into ball. Hopefully this will be a better delivery. Oh, and again a nice
another case of social distancing.
Again. From our vintage point, we were thinking maybe that would have been a Yorker delivery, but the umpire calls it a wide.
Well, like I did indicate, Mr. Selman seems to be practicing the protocol.
Yes.
Very much so.
Someone needs to tell him. That's
on
not
this
the place.
occasion,
someone needs to tell him that's not the
he's
place.
been penalized.
He comes into ball. Ooh! And that seemed to be a better delivery.
Yeah. So certainly, after 4 attempts, it's ball a legal delivery. So Xavier Gabriel seems to be of the view that this one was a wide as well.
We always tell new bowlers that they need to ensure that they get the line and length first before they try new things. And that was a better delivery there by young Kelman.
But Kelman certainly would need to come and pick up wickets there for Caribbean Stars. Cameron Charles getting into position, trying to just help this one backward of square.
Oh.
And they picked up 2 runs.
Two runs.
Good run in there by Cameron Charles. Cameron should not be too far from his 50. Most likely should be in the 40s by now. Again, this one down the leg side. Cameron Charles looking to lap this one.
But I didn't see the umpire call it wide.
No, this one seems to have come up the leg.
Okay.
But Kelman will do well on this wicket because he's not as quick as the other bowlers, and coming off the ball tends to come off the wicket of the surface a bit slow.
And that's a full delivery, and this, he is lucky that was not dispatched into the boundaries. That is not the time to be bowling those full length deliveries, or rather those full deliveries.
But he's been bowling a good over so far. He has bowled 3 wide deliveries, but he has not gone for any boundary so far. Again, outside the off stump.
That's a very good delivery there.
So it was a good over there by Kelman, I think. Just cost him, some 5 runs off the over? 6 off the over.
As long as he settles.
On the score, move on to 84. So 84 after 8.
Yes, and again, Millet is keeping their run rate up to, of course, above 11 and over. Above 10 and over, sorry.
Yes.
Above 10 and over, 8.4.
Yes, so if they could continue maintain that rate, it means that they would finish with over 200 runs.
Over 200.
And it would be a good competitive score.
Definitely. And
so Decage to continue.
And that's a wide delivery down the leg side.
Wide signal by Dennis Leo. So certainly not a good start to the over there by Decage. Another good delivery, this one. Looked like it pitched just at about middle and just cut back. Hitting Xavi Gabriel on the back leg.
Oh, that's a beautiful delivery there.
Good delivery just outside the off-stump. Xavier Gabriel going for a good, big, expansive drive there.
For a moment there, I thought they were celebrating for a reason, but that celebration was short-lived. We have Young. Ooh.
Oh, this one will go into boundary for 4. And Dikesh on this occasion just guilty of bowling this one down the leg side, and Xavi Gabriel just manages to get a bit of bat onto this one, and Rafiq Ali really could not get across from fine Ferdman across to stop this one. But the captain need to be aware that he needs a more agile fielder down in this area, because the ball tends to travel there very quickly.
Yeah, well, maybe they have the best fielder down there.
I am certainly not aware. I am not in agreement with this one at all. I think he would be one of the slower fielders there, because he seems to be carrying a bit of weight around. Certainly.
Vikesh comes in. And that's a short delivery down the leg side. And
Signal wild by Leo.
I must say that he's a very lucky bowler for not having that dispatched short and wide down the leg side. The aim of the bowlers is to make it difficult for the batsmen, and I find that some of the bowlers seem to be making it a little too easy for the batsmen.
Smith just misfilling this one at the point region there.
That was a better delivery there by the young bowler.
Captain Nel Sexius certainly needs to come up with ideas as to how he's going to get one of those out of the way. Good delivery again outside the off-stump. Charles looking to drive this one. Misses, and ball being collected by young Gavin. 'Cause 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 'C
Ooh,
This one is certainly
another
wide outside
delivery.
your sum. So Dickerson in this over certainly has not been bowling a disciplined line at all.
Yeah, but you see, the captain
This
needs,
is about his
the
third
captain needs to
wide.
speak to his bowlers and just remind them to keep the line and length. You know, even after a boundary, he must keep his composure.
Well, sometimes it's a question of trying too hard sometimes as a bowler. And this tend to result in the bowler bowling a number of wides or sometimes, full deliveries when you tend to try too hard at times rather than just trying to stick to a simple line and length.
And again down the leg side and properly dispatched by the batsman. I saw it coming. Too often our bowlers are bowling on the leg side of these batsmen. And these batsmen have already been settled. There is only one thing that can happen when you bowl on the leg side of an experienced batsman like that, and that is to be dispatched.
Yes, Cameron Charles taking full advantage of a delivery that was on about the leg stump and just hits this one to the backward square area for 6. So Caribbean Stars certainly they are under the cosh and the score move on to 99 after 10. After 9.
9 overs again, keeping a run rate of 11 runs and over.
Yes, so 99 after 9. Caribbean Stars certainly they are under the cosh. New bowler looks like Munford. Munford would be taking up the attack from the southern end. And the captain, Lnostudios, really ringing in changes.
Definitely, they need a bowler. They need someone to redeem them from such a poor start.
To get a breakthrough from somewhere.
Young Munford comes into bowl. Just testing out his run rate, his run up, sorry.
Score.
Okay. The bowler has not bowled, but it seems that he has had a very uncomfortable. Ooh! I would say that delivery was a bit too short, and you don't need to bowl to Xavier.
Munford is another one of those bowlers who tend to bowl short as well. So
that's not a good reputation to have as a bowler. But ooh, down the leg side there by Xavier. Just push down the leg side by Xavier for 1 run.
So the score move on to what? 100?
And that's great batting there by Millet. 100 runs up.
100 for 1.
After 9.1 overs.
9.1, so certainly
9.2 overs.
Good scoring there by Millet and Cameron Charles just missed out on this one. He is on 44, just 6 away from what would be a well-deserved half century.
Definitely.
Yes, really.
He's kept his composure all throughout, and he's now on 40, 46, 44. He moves on to 45.
So good going there by the Millet team.
Nicely flicked there.
Good delivery there and well played there by Xavier Gabriel. Just dropping this one. One coming from the point area. Resulting in just 1 run.
Ooh, that was a nice delivery, but nicely played there as well.
Like an opportunity there, getting the outer edge there of Cameron Charles. And this one just moving away from keeper Gavin Serrier.
The score moves on to 103 after 10 overs. And again, if Caribbean Stars continue on that trajectory, we are going to see at least 200 runs in the next 10 overs. That would be such a mammoth task for the next batting team for Caribbean Stars.
Yeah, well, if with wicket in hand at the halfway stage round, with just one wicket down.
Yeah.
One would say safely that the Millet team
He's in
certainly they on course for a big score.
Certainly in the driver's seat at the moment. Certainly in the driver's seat at the moment. Again, if I were the captain, or if I was Captain Sexius, I would just ask, remind his bowlers to keep their calm and their composure. Just ensure that their line and length is tight. And
well, let's hope that Caribbean Stars can make the second half of this inning theirs, because certainly the first half belonged to Millet.
They definitely need to make it a bit more competitive at this time. Yeah, wide ball there.
And certainly not the good start, not the sort of start you would have wanted. Starting off with a wide.
Ooh. And again, that was a very, very full delivery.
Perhaps it was a premeditated shot by Cameron Charles.
Yeah, well,
because it looked like he was very much intended on just pushing it into the vacant mid-wicket area.
A delivery that deserved to have been dispatched.
Precisely, that's why. That's the reason why I said that perhaps was a premeditated
Bowler
shot.
is lucky on this one, on this occasion. Ooh, and again, look at this delivery. 6 runs there. 6 runs there. And again, it deserves that. You cannot bowl so short to a man like Xavier, who is already settled. That delivery deserves the treatment that it received.
Yes, certainly. And the Caribbean Stars certainly has been missing the plot this evening. The number of the bowlers have been erring on the short side.
Yes.
Most of those short pitch deliveries have been dispatched for 6. So certainly they're not bowling the sort of line and length that is required, especially at this stage of the game.
One may consider perhaps their run-up is a bit wet. Maybe they're contending with some dew. However, whatever the case might be, the bowlers have not been impressive for the past 10 overs. We're hoping that they can remedy that situation in the next few overs. Ooh, and that was a much better delivery, Yorker length delivery. And if it was if it was pitched on the wicket, that definitely would have been bowled.
Yes, one would really say perhaps a naughty shot there by Cameron Charles, looking to play across the line.
Yeah, he would be disappointed.
So a full pitch delivery and really missing out on this one.
He would be very, very disappointed.
Ooh, this one certainly would bring up his half century.
That is 50 there.
Loose delivery there. And Cameron Charles taking full advantage of this one.
Full advantage of this one.
And he has not missed out on too many this evening, certainly. And certainly he was dropped early on, and we did say that missed opportunity would certainly come back to bite them, and it is biting them at this point in time.
Again, another full delivery by the Caribbean Stars, and I don't understand the rationale behind those full deliveries. That definitely got dispatched as it deserves this evening. Comes into bowl. Let's see how best he can redeem himself. Ooh! Oh, if only that delivery was on the off stick.
So wide down the leg side. Umpire Leo signaling wide. Look like pace off this one. Cameron Charles really looking for the big heave, and this one just kept low a bit. So certainly at the end of 11, the score is moving on to 109. 119. Okay, so some 16 runs came off this over. So very expensive 11th over. We did indicate the second half Caribbean Stars would need to redeem themselves, but certainly not the sort of start that they would have wanted
Definitely
after
not
the break.
Start. Definitely not the start. Almost
16 runs.
Almost 120 runs after 11 overs. I mean, how do you come back from first half thrashing like this.
It's a question of picking up wickets.
Again, they need, well, in order to pick up wickets, you got to bowl better.
You can be 119 for one, and the team could collapse, and all you could have the other 9 wickets for perhaps 60, 70 runs. 118 finals is still gettable.
Greg, but you would agree that the bowling needs to be improved in order for that to happen.
Yeah, certainly by far. And we see the captain continue to ring in the change. We see Tariq Gabriel coming from the southern end. And his first delivery, this one straight into Munford. Good catch there. Munford on the long on boundary there. Xavier Gabriel certainly looking for the elevation and really couldn't get the sort of elevation that he would have wanted, and only finding the safe hands of Munford on the long on boundary. So Tariq Gabriel coming in for his first over in this inning and certainly picking up the wicket of Xavier Gabriel, who certainly looked very threatening for a while out there. He got out the scores. So it looked like Scott Justin.
New batsman Scott Justin. That's a beautiful delivery there, right in his toes. I think the bowler now understands the mission. He understands the assignment. And in order for them to stop the bleeding, that's the type of bowling, I would say, that Caribbean Stars need to exhibit. Oh, and what a beautiful delivery there. By the young, is that a leg spinner?
Tariq Gabriel, off spin bowler.
Oh, that's Tariq Gabriel.
Yes, Tariq certainly is experienced enough, and one would expect him to come there and look to keep things tight. And as we saw, very first delivery, picking up the wicket of Xavier Gabriel. Just slowing this one up a bit there. So certainly good bowling there by Tariq Gabriel. Certainly mixing it up really nicely. Again, Tariq Gabriel delivering this one way behind the stump. So certainly we're seeing the variations from him, taking off the pace of certain deliveries, and even where he delivers, one would see certainly he's thinking. It's not just about coming up, running up to the stump and bowling. So there's certainly a bit of thought process going into the bowling, and we could see him ringing the changes. So as we could see, 1, 2, slow delivery there into Scotty again. So certainly a good first over there from Gabriel, considering how many in the over. Just 1 run and picking up the crucial wicket of Xavier Gabriel in the process. So certainly this has been the best over.
Is that Tariq's first over?
Yes, his very first over. And this is the most economical over we have seen bowled by Caribbean Stars.
That is what I've been wanting to see for the past 11 overs. Hopefully Tariq Gabriel can help Caribbean Stars pull back the game a little bit with that wicket there of Xavier Gabriel.
Yes, but we are already into the 14th over, and the Millet has only lost just 2 wickets. So certainly the driver's seat. So
again, in your own words, Mr. Commentator, they can just pull back the game by taking a few more wickets there in the last 7 overs. Ooh!
But at this stage of the inning, Millet can afford to lose a wicket every over. And if they're getting 10, 12 runs in the over, lose a wicket, they would still finish with over 200 runs.
My gosh.
So it's not just a question of losing wickets.
Well, you are quite correct. Oh! And that looks... Oh! Great effort there by the young fielder.
Tariq Gabriel moving across there, but the ball just dropping and just died. And he was perhaps anticipating the bongs so that he could have collected it on the bongs, but that did not happen. And it just ran past this one and it went into the boundary for 4. So good shot there by Justin.
What? Oh!
Coming forward.
Oh!
And he's out caught. caught at point there by Smith.
And this batsman did not seem to leave much of a dent in this game.
Well, at this point in time, with, as we did indicate, just 2 wickets down and some 12 overs have been bowled, they could afford to go on all-out attack at this point. As I did indicate to you, they could afford to lose 1 wicket every over. Once they could get perhaps 10 plus runs, it would still be a good striking rate for them.
The danger in attacking at this time. I mean, some persons make some loose shots and go after some good deliveries. And that can cause them to lose some wickets unnecessarily.
Yeah, but with the sort of platform that you have already, one certainly can afford. You have the luxury of going out there and play good attacking cricket. And like I said, with the sort of lineup you have in Caribbean Stars, anything below perhaps 170, 180, might just be a pass score.
Ooh.
And we see the captain for Millet, Kester Shalmain, has just walked into the crease. Another good promising all-rounder as well. He's known more for his bowling, but he certainly can do a bit of batting. So, last 2 overs, the Caribbean Stars have picked up some 2 wickets.
Ooh, and that again, beautiful delivery there by the young bowler.
$125 for free. So let's hope that Caribbean Stars can make the second half of this inning. There's certainly the first half belongs to Millet. Short ball there, and certainly he'll be out caught by Tariq.
Oh, and that's
into the safe hands of Tariq Gabriel.
That is, you see, again, great bowling there by the young bowler. Caribbean Stars seem to be pulling back this game a little bit. And I think if we can reduce Millet to at least 160 runs, I would say that that's a competitive score. And of course, Caribbean Stars would have great firepower to be able to defend 100 and to be able to pursue 160 runs.
Yes, but with the sort of start we've had there from the Millet team, I think they would be very disappointed if they would not get in the vicinity of perhaps 185, 190.
I would agree.
But
the score now is still, what, after how many overs have gone?
I think that's the 14th over, 125 for 4. 14th over, 125 for 4. That's Mervyn Charles. Mervyn Charles has played for St. Lucia.
Again, another very experienced cricketer in Mervyn
wicket-keeper. We certainly would remember his prowess in the Stanford 2020.
Yes, certainly.
That's when he made his debut as a youngster. So certainly the Millet team has quite a bit of depth in the batting.
Very experienced players on the Millet team.
Very much so.
And that was a fantastic over there by
Dikesh Henry.
Dikesh Henry. And I see Dikesh Henry and Tariq Gabriel seem to consolidate the bowling there for Caribbean Stars.
Well, certainly the last 2 overs they have been very productive there for the Caribbean Stars. Tariq Gabriel was introduced into the attack, and very first delivery he got the wicket of Xavier Gabriel, and in the last over there we saw Dikesh Henry getting the captain Kester Shalmain to really was attempted pull shot and only got it into the safe hands of Tariq Gabriel on the long on boundary. Loose one down the leg side there. Cameron really looking to sweep this one and certainly just missed out on a scoring opportunity. But at this point in time, the Millet team would certainly want Cameron Charles to perhaps bat very deep into the inning.
Of course.
Because he is well set. He has been one of the openers out there.
To open the batting and still be there after the 13th and 14th over, I mean, that's already a great accomplishment. And having 50 runs under his belt, if I were him batting, my mindset would be to just stay and consolidate so that I can at least reach 100, and cement my place there in the batting lineup.
Yeah, well, certainly he's well set, and one would hope that he would be able to bat very deep into this inning.
Ooh, that was an interesting delivery
Faster
there.
ball outside the off stump. As I did indicate, Tariq Gabriel certainly is mixing it up. The last one there, we saw him just find this one outside the off stump, and he tend to just take the pace off. A little slower delivery.
Ooh, what a beauty of a delivery there by young Tariq Gabriel. Did the batsman get a touch on this? But this?
No, just comprehensively beaten. Got a bit of bounce on this occasion. So certainly Tariq has been doing just what the doctor would have ordered. They have slowed down the rate considerably and picking up wicket in the process.
Oh, that's a beautiful drive there.
And
could only get one run from this. Again, Tariq Gabriel is
certainly he's bowling to
on
his
a
field.
clinic there.
He has 1, 2, 3, 5 fielders on the onside, and all 5 are deep on the boundary. So certainly Tariq, with moving Charles on strike now, has just bringing Dikesh into the slip area.
Ooh.
This one down the leg side.
One of the rare short balls from Tariq Gabriel. And, he's lucky to get away with that.
Well, luckily for him that perhaps moving has just
come into the wicket.
Come into the wicket. So that's about the third or fourth delivery he's facing.
Again, we want to remind our viewers to just share the link. Ooh. Ooh. What was that from Tariq Gabriel? I don't know if to call that a slower delivery or
what? It was a slower ball. And Mervyn looked like he had to wait a very long time before he got back onto it.
That took an eternity to get to Mervyn.
So it was extremely slow. So as I did indicate, Tariq certainly is bowling quite a few variations out there. There are times you see him who just fired one.
Definitely one of the most creative bowlers we've seen
and
tonight.
This time around, the last ball there in his over, they really took the pace of this one. And this one took eternity before it got to move in. But another good economical over there from Tariq. I think he just got some 3 runs off the over? 2 runs off the over. So he has bowled his 2 overs, has picked up 1 wicket and has only considered 3 runs. So certainly good bowling there, and Dikesh into his 3rd over? His 4th over now.
Ooh. Again, Dikesh and Tariq is putting on a clinic there for Caribbean Stars. They seem to be pulling the game back from Millet for a little bit. Again, they've taken some settled batsmen. And now Moving Charles is in the wicket. Again.
Yeah, good bowling there by Dikesh. This one full. And Moving could only come forward to this one. Really couldn't get any sort of elevation. So good bowling there by Dikesh. He just missed his run up. And Moving certainly with only 4 wickets down would certainly need to up the ante with wickets in hand. Because if he's not scoring at the other end, it means that he's going to be putting a bit of pressure on Kemrol Charles to really play the big shots. And at this point in time, you really do not want to get the set batsman out. You would want him to bat till the end. So moving with the sort of platform that has already been set, he certainly needs to play a few more shots. See exactly what I did indicate to you. Moving Kemrol now will be forced to play the big shots if the boundaries are not being scored at the other end.
That's right. And it's been a while since we saw a ball go over the boundary.
Yes, the last 4 overs we have not seen a boundary scored. So certainly good period there for the Caribbean Stars.
Ooh, and that's a wicket. Oh, and he dropped it. Oh my god. Oh my goodness! Again, that very unlucky there. young Tariq Gabriel. He's normally known for being one of the best fielders there, but that's his second drop catch tonight. I do hope that he does not come back to haunt him.
Certainly.
And the settled batsman at that.
No, it was moving.
Oh, it was moving.
Moving Charles, sorry, was dropped. It wasn't Cameron Charles.
Wide ball.
And certainly, Tariq certainly is looking up to the heavens, asking himself how he managed to drop this one. Usually, he's one of the safer pairs of hands that you would find out on the playing field. Perhaps a little too overconfident.
Oh, and that was a beautiful delivery. Yorker delivery there by young Dikesh.
Certainly another good over.
Still a good over. Still a
good over there by Dikesh. And the scores move on to 131 after what? 14? 15 over.
5 more overs to go on again. Can you imagine?
So,
after 10 overs, we were over 100 runs.
Yeah, 103.
And in the last 4 overs, we
consolidated. After 15, 141. 131. So it made that 28.
Only 28
runs scored in the last 5 overs, and they picked up some free wickets. So certainly, with the fall of the wicket, that has certainly slowed down the scoring. But the set batsman out there, Cameron Charles, certainly would need to up the ante in the last 5 overs there. But they've only lost, the good thing is just 4 wickets Millet has lost, so they could afford to go on the attack a little more.
Well, if they want to get that score up to at least 170, 180, they definitely need to go on the attack now. 5 more overs left. Tariq Gabriel comes into ball.
Loose delivery there by Tariq down the leg side.
Leg side exposed. You cannot bowl leg deliveries and you leave your leg side exposed like that.
Well, you really should not be placed in the field for bad bowling, and this was just one of the poor deliveries, one would say, from Tariq in the few overs that we have seen so far from him. So very loose delivery there by Tariq Gabriel, and moving Charles, taking full advantage of this one and just lapsing this one through the vacant backward square area for 4. Another big heave again there by moving Charles outside the off stump. Tariq Gabriel on this occasion just taking the piece off this one slightly. So good bowling there, good comeback delivery there by Tariq Gabriel. Another cheeky single there by moving Charles. Certainly wants to get Cameron Charles on strike.
I'd say that Caribbean Stars seem to have gotten a bit of enthusiasm and boost from the last 4 overs there. 136.
Yeah, well, certainly with the loss of Xavier Gabriel and Kester Shalwine, they certainly are a bit cock-a-hoop right now. They have really pulled things back nicely. They have slowed down the rate. And Cameron Charles looking to get cheeky. Cameron Charles looking to play the reverse hit, and I know most reverse shots would go on the leg side, but this one's happened to have traveled straight. This one has just gone straight over the head of Sean Stricker. Loose delivery there. And this one was just, and it looked like it's on the umpire signal no ball for height. So it's a no ball there by Tariq, so certainly not a good over there by Tariq. Let's see what Cameron is going to do with that free hit. Short ball on. This one has just been dispatched way over the backward square boundary for 6. This one has gone all the way into the river. For those of you who know the Balata area well enough. This one has gone all across in the river area, close to the,
and that's
the nursery.
That's the Cameron Charles we saw in the opening overs.
Certainly a very expensive foot over there.
We've not seen Tariq treated that way. But
on another 6 again.
Another 6.
My goodness.
Phenomenal shot there by young Cameron Charles. That is a fantastic shot there. And again, treating Tariq Gabriel to a clinic of good batting. That's
so
the
in this
most
over there we've seen what? I think this is the most expensive over. Some 2 6s, 2 4s, some 20.
That's the most we've seen of one of Tariq Gabriel. I don't know if he's a bit disappointed.
How many runs came up this over? I think some 20 odd runs we'll get the score for you in a while. Yeah, so 158 for 4 after 16. And the last over there, Tariq considered some 20 what? How many runs came up the last over? 21 runs came up the last over. The foot over of Tariq. So very expensive, but the most expensive over we have had so far in the innings. So the last 4 overs there, we see the captain, Lnostudios, is back into the attack. And the Millet team has just raced to 150. 154. So Lnostudios back into the attack.
Again, that's a very surprise move there by the young captain.
He has bowled only 3 overs so far, so he certainly would have to come back with just 4 overs remaining.
Again,
he would have to come back into the attack. But the question is, what line, what length is he going to come back and bowl? Because you have seen most of the short pitch deliveries have been dispatched over the boundary for 6. Good quick single there by Moving Charles to get Cameron Charles back on strike. I think Cameron Charles certainly would be eyeing perhaps a century.
Yeah.
He's not
certainly
too far away from a century with some 3 overs remaining. After this one, it is possible to get into position very quickly there, but unable to get the sort of elevation that you would have wanted, only to find the fielder at the mid-wicket, short mid-wicket region. Shot again, and Cameron Charles looking to pull this one.
Yeah, that's good fielding there.
So one would see much better bowling there by
the captain now.
By the captain in his final over.
Ooh.
Again, full delivery. Moving Charles really cannot get the sort of elevation that he is looking for. Only succeed in getting this one to the wide of the man coming from the mid-wicket area.
Tariq Gabriel keeping.
Certainly, he's a jack of all trades. And this one will go for 6, certainly.
And
this one is going to go for 6.
Dispatch for 6 runs. Again.
Cameron Charles on the attack. Cameron should be fast moving into the 80s now. I think he's about, what, 81? So, if Cameron bats till the end, is up 82 runs. So, just 18 runs away
from a century tonight.
From a century.
Yeah, very, very clinical batting there by Kemal
So
Charles.
it is certainly possible that Kemal Charles can get to the three-figure mark with some 3 overs remaining in the innings.
For those of you who are just joining us, we have the APL finals happening right now with Millet taking on Caribbean Stars. Millet has lost, I think, 2 or 3 wickets now. Just 4 wickets, sorry. And, Kemal Charles has been at the very, he has been the bright light for Millet tonight, right now on 82. And just 18 runs away from his century. He's, of course, joined by Mervyn Charles, another prolific batsman, has played, has played a lot of cricket, not just for Millet, but for St. Lucia.
So certainly the third umpire seems to be a bit worried on this side there. Kemal has lost quite a few of the balls this evening. So we see Smith coming from the southern end. Short pitch delivery and Mervyn just missing out on this one. Mervyn certainly needs to get Kemal Charles on strike. With Kemal only needing another 18 runs to get to the three-figure landmark, he certainly needs to be getting most of the strike at this point in time.
We are into the 17th over with 2 more overs after this. Look at, and another missed opportunity, I would say, by Caribbean Stars. Some poor fielding there by Caribbean Stars.
I would want to believe it was a well-judged single. Certainly saw the batsman, the fielder, a little flat-footed. And the scamper for an easy single to put Kemal Charles on strike. Looking to play the forcing shot there. Full pitch delivery. Really couldn't get the sort of elevation that you would have wanted.
There's not much you can do with that type of delivery.
And Smith really would need to be bowling a little more of that sort of delivery at this stage of the game.
At this stage of the game, I would quite agree. Ooh, and again was a beautiful ball there by young Smith. We want to big up Philip Dubois, who is watching us. Philip, we want to encourage you to just take a drive down to the field to experience the APL. Share the link, Philip Dubois.
So Smith in the midst of a very good, tight economical over so far.
Ooh, and that's a very creative shot there, reverse sweep there by young Kemal Charles. Man, he's doing everything tonight. He is doing everything tonight. But we must remember very early in the game, Kemal was dropped early in the game.
Yes, and we did indicate there's a possibility that would come back to haunt the Caribbean Stars team.
And so it has. Ooh, what a delivery! Ooh.
Oh. Yeah, wide down the leg side.
And the players seem to be disappointed with the call from the umpire. But I think the umpire was.
The umpire did rule wide, and then he has cancelled the decision. So certainly a dot ball there for Smith. So very good over indeed there by Smith. Really has only considered just 2 runs so far in the over. And going for the huge hits. And it has not gone. The Munford under this one. He doesn't look settled. And it gone for 6, it looked like. Went all the way there for 6. A good shot there by Mervyn Charles there. Good way to end what was shaping up to be a very good over there by Smith. But the last delivery there was just struck over Munford on the long off long on boundary, sorry. And it went all the way for 6. So good end to the over there by Mervyn Charles. And the score has moved on to what now? 175 with just what? 2 overs remaining. So Millet certainly should back themselves to get perhaps 190.
The score now is
175.
175 with 2 more overs.
So one would think they should be able to get an additional 15 runs of the last 2.
Ooh, and that was a beautiful
good delivery there by Sabinas Emmanuel.
It's a beautiful delivery there.
But Kemrol certainly is capable of hitting him straight, and I would think this would be the best option for him. Straight boundary is always a short boundary, and just as I did predict, this one has gone over the wide, long off boundary and got all the way for 6.
Again.
So the score has moved on to 181, and Kemrol Charles has moved on to what now? Some 89? Kemrol Charles, 89,
just 11 away
just 11 runs away. So it could very well come in this over.
It could very well come in this over. And that's the penultimate over.
Again, this one has gone by the straight up. Who wants it? Look safe. This safe, I did indicate to you, look safe.
Jeez, and again, the fielding is failing Caribbean Stars. The fielding is failing Caribbean Stars. This was a sitter of a catch, and no one was able to get under this catch. They must be very disappointed by this, Greg.
I think it was always been difficult for the bowler to go for the catch. I think Ernell would have been the best person to run in.
Yes, but again, you realize he was not settled.
So he has moved on to 91. And again
another
this time,
opportunity.
Who wants it? Andre.
And oh my gosh, had they dropped that would have been a disaster of a fielding here tonight. But they were able to get young Kemrol Charles for 91. Brilliant innings there by young Kemrol Charles.
But certainly he would be disappointed to have gotten so close
to the century.
And yet, but like they have indicated, so many men have died between 90 and 99.
Yes.
So he has just joined the list. But good knock indeed by Kemrol Charles.
Definitely good knock indeed.
Certainly has laid a
solid foundation.
For the Millet team. And they have only lost some 5 wickets in the process. So they're still on course to get a very competitive score.
Certainly.
Certainly a good platform, and as we did indicate very early on, we would have hoped this one would have been a good finals. And certainly runs on the board is runs on the board. So with 180 odd on the board already, it is already a very competitive score. So certainly Andre Sabinas Emmanuel has broken the back of the Millet team to see the dismissal of Kemrol Charles. But at this point in time, it would be certainly an all-out attack there by the Millet team. They have only lost just 5 wickets.
Only 5 wickets.
Only 5 wickets, and they score 180 odd at this point in time. 184. So,
that's a beautiful delivery there. And again, I cannot imagine there being any if we had the third umpire, this would have been plumb.
No, I did see umpire Leo did raise the finger up to indicate that he would have been out.
That's the other thing with tip ball cricket. We can get away with these things.
185 or 95? So 184 after 19. So can they get an additional 16 runs or additional 15 to see to it that Caribbean Stars would be chasing 200. So if possible, they would have perhaps ironed minimum 15 in the over.
Is that Smith again?
Yes, Smith to bowl the final over.
Ooh.
Good over there.
Ooh.
Good start to the over there.
Good start to the over there.
But 184 is already a good competitive score.
Oh, certainly.
Certainly, it's a good competitive score. This is the sort of score that you would want. Batting first in a finals, certainly you would take that any day.
Any day. Ooh.
Good full pitch delivery again there by Smith.
And only one run there.
Moving really could not get the sort of elevation that is required at this stage of the inning. So good bowling indeed there by Smith. And another Charles at the wickets again.
Yes. Ooh. Again, only one run. That seemed to be, the last over seemed to be turning out to be a very economical over by young Smith.
Well, so far so good, one would say. So far so good. Certainly a good way to close off the innings there by the Caribbean Stars bowlers.
Oh, if only he had pitched that on the off stick. That would have been a beautiful delivery, but of course called wide by umpire Cyrus Sepal.
An attempted slow delivery.
Attempted slow delivery, but of course bowled on the leg side.
Certainly did not control, it was not placed in the right areas. But one clearly could see his intention. It was good intention indeed. Again, shots.
And a no ball signal thereby.
It was just communicating with the square leg umpire.
I see.
Indicating to him was required, whether it was just 2 left in the over. Yes, 2 overs, 2 delivery left in the over so far.
Oh,
and they're looking to be cheeky.
Yeah, that's that again. Well, the fielders are contending whether that was
the umpire, the batsman was indicating to the umpire the ball passed down the leg side, but the umpire was indicating to him that had he stood in his normal stand, perhaps the ball would have struck his leg. But nevertheless, the ball is down the leg side.
The ball down
Moving
the leg
is indicating to him he went outside the off stump and the ball was bowled down the leg side. So last ball left. Looking to hit this one. Good catch taken there.
Wicket on the last delivery.
So certainly a good way to close the...
Definitely.
So the inning of the Millet team has come to an end.
And
some 188 runs scored.
188 runs scored. 189 to win. You would think that definitely the Millet has cemented, a possible victory with that score. But of course, cricket is a game of glorious uncertainties.
Well, one would definitely say it's a good competitive score.
Yes,
but if one were to look at the sort of batting lineup
that
the Caribbean Stars with the likes of Tariq Gabriel, Sabina Simanuel, you look at Gavin Siri. These are 3 powerhouses in local cricket. So I think if they could see the back of these 3 players very early, then Millet is certainly in with a good chance of winning. But I could certainly bet my little 2 cents that if any one of these guys were to play the sort of innings that
that
Kenroll played, and they would need one of them to play that sort of innings.
They would need that very early.
But I think it has all the making of a good finals. When you look at the Millet team with the sort of bowling attack of Kester Shalmine, you look at the likes of Xavier Gabriel, the Justin brothers, even Kenroll. So certainly, it should make for a mouth-watering second half of the innings.
We want to remind our viewing audience to, just share the link and tell someone that the APL final is happening. I am your co-commentator, Rod Rennie, alongside Mr. Greg Avril here. And we are just excited at this first innings. Certainly great batting there by Millet.
Yes, good batting by Millet, and especially Kenroll Charles. He really took full advantage of those short pitch delivery. Not too many short pitch deliveries
Mm.
that went on without being punished.
Mm-hmm.
Although he was given a life very early
Mm-hmm.
in the innings. But this is the game of cricket.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you, like we always say, catches win matches. And if you drop
Certainly.
good
Certainly.
players, they certainly would make you pay.
Certainly. Certainly.
But notwithstanding that, the Caribbean Stars bowlers should be applauded for the second half. After
Definitely.
10,
I would agree. I
the
would agree. They
scores
pulled it
with
back a little bit.
103 for 10.
They would have
After 10.
yeah. And then
And
the, the next 5 overs they only went for about 20, 23,
you know,
25 runs.
so they really peg the Millet batting back to a certain degree. So
certainly,
they could be
certainly.
they could feel happy with the way the innings ended, and more so the last 2 overs,
Yeah.
they were able to really close it off
Yeah.
beautifully.
Yeah, certainly. Again, we want to thank Lnostudios for being the ones to stream this, this cricket game live. Lnostudios have always been, for the past few years, helping and doing the best to stream, and been providing some great service for us every time we stream stream our APL finals.
And also the Eagle Fritz.
Yes.
We are the main
Yes.
sponsor. One really
Yes. We want to
has
shout out Mr. Jabatis.
Mr. Jabatis
Yes,
for
yes.
continuing to sponsor the
Yes.
tournament, not
Yes.
just the regular
Yeah.
APL, but also you have the Veterans APL.
Yes.
And just next month,
Yes.
we're going to see, some more cricket going to be continuing. Well,
Yes.
there's a knockout tournament first.
Yes.
At Charles Tipal, that will be starting, I think, on the 4th of next month.
Yes, yes.
And then there's another APL tournament to follow.
Yes,
so there's
yes.
quite a bit of
A lot of cricket coming up.
tip-ball cricket coming up.
Yes,
So
yes. Well, of course, we're hoping all things being equal. COVID has done a lot to really quell and simmer down the interactive sports. But we're hoping that with the reduction of cases, that we can play a bit more cricket in the near future.
yeah, well, one would hope that persons would continue to follow the protocols
Yeah.
and do what we have
Yes,
to do,
Yes.
and so that sports on the whole could really open up
Yeah.
the way persons would really want to.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know.
All right. Well, we'll take a 3-minute break, and we'll be back with you at the resuming of the second innings. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We shall be back with you shortly.
Yes, good evening again, and we are about to see the commencement of the second inning. Caribbean Stars would be batting, chasing a score of 189 to win. So certainly it is a very competitive score. And the likes of Tariq Gabriel and Gavin Siri out in the middle. And at this point in time, I would like to welcome my co-commentator, Mr. Charles. Welcome to the commentary team.
Good, good.
Yes, Mr. Charles, we saw a very competitive first inning there by the Millet team.
Yes.
Scored a very competitive score of 188, 189 to win there by Caribbean Stars.
Yeah, it's a formidable total. Very formidable one. And we saw some mighty hitting there by the Millet guys. But we about to see the first delivery. About to be bowled. Tariq is very aggressive after the ball, drive it, but miss into the gloves of the keeper.
Yeah, well, they certainly would need to take full advantage of the power play. In the first inning, we saw the Millet team, they got to 70 for the loss of just 1 wicket in the 6th over. So they certainly made good use of the power play.
Very much so. Very much so, sir.
Tariq again looking to improvise very early there. And this one just keeping low. Ball really did not bounce the way Tariq would have anticipated.
Yes.
But very good quiet start there by the Millet team. Some 2 deliveries so far, and they have not conceded any runs.
Yeah.
So
well, right now, the pressure is on Caribbean Stars.
Yes, certainly there would be scoreboard pressure.
Yes. Oh, good fielding there in the slip region there. Big move.
Yeah, moving again. They're
Cover the
getting
ball.
down very quickly there.
Yes.
To his right and stopping this one. So certainly a good start there by Millet. Some free deliveries so far. And they have not conceded any run.
Very good.
Tariq Gabriel certainly would be key if the Caribbean Stars are to pull off a victory there this evening.
Yes, very much so. He is very prolific. And he allowed that ball to go by, hit the keeper on his pads, and the ball denied him another of scoring, denied the opportunity of scoring. Tariq Gabriel looks like he wants to get it on, but the bowling seems to be very much tight this evening. Comes Charles bowling to Tariq, and Tariq is flashing at it. He gets an edge, and the ball is now hit the boundary, and it will be 4 runs.
Yes, good delivery there. Ball there by Charles. Tariq going for the big booming drive outside the off stump there. This one getting the outer edge and went very quickly past moving Charles at slip and down to the vacant third man boundary for 4. So a fortuitous boundary there by Tariq Gabriel.
Yes. Here comes Charles again, bowling to Tariq. Tariq is flashing at this one, doesn't make contact. End of the over. At the end of the first over, the score is,
I think, 4 without loss.
4 without loss.
So
4 without loss.
Very good start there by Millet. As I did indicate, the Caribbean Stars team would want to take full advantage of the power play, but one would be mindful that you do not want to lose too many wickets in the power play, especially when you're chasing a big total as what they are chasing right now, 189 for victory.
So it would be, the onus now is on a partnership, and I would reckon that in the initial stages you don't really go after the bowling to murder the bowling, but you seek to rotate and consolidate. As you do so, your eyes will be able to adjust to see the ball, and you can now play your shots accordingly. Second over is about to be bowled.
Yes, the captain, Kester Shalmine, will be picking up the attack from the northern end.
Some adjustments being made. Okay, he plays it quietly. The man who is filling at this short mid-wicket area. Kester in the past normally has a long run up, but this time he chose to go short. Good delivery there.
Yeah, but he's very deceptive in his bowling. He tends to use a lot of the upper part, shoulders. He's coming up a very short run, just about what, 5-6 pieces.
Thereabout.
But he certainly can fire this one in.
Yeah.
And he's out caught.
Yes.
Gavin Syria going for the big drive there, just getting the outside edge. And this one just went up and moving. Charles just coming across from slip and took a relatively easy catch. So certainly this would be a big body blow there to the Caribbean Stars, losing the wicket of Gavin Syria. Certainly he would be one of the big three that the Caribbean Stars would be dependent on.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. For sure. This one was a good delivery. He went for that ball to play it up pitch over the top, but it got the outer edge of the bat. It loomed into the air, and moving Charles got received and gobbled it up into his large palms, and that was the downfall of Sierra.
So certainly a good breakthrough there by the captain, Kester Shalman, getting the wicket of Gavin Syria. Tariq looking to heave this one, possibly run out.
Almost.
Possibly run out there. Good chance there, but Sabina Simanuel was very quick. It would have been interesting to see had the keeper collected this one and broke the stumps. What the action of the square umpire Sipal would have been, because it was a very tight single there.
Yeah.
But good run in by these two. And Sabina Simanuel, I can tell you, is one of the quickest guys you could get between the wickets. And Tariq Gabriel also is quick between the wickets. So it's a good pair out there in the middle in terms of running between the wickets. It's just a question of whether they could get the communication going well.
Very good. Good observation. And he plays it quietly back along the pitch. Sabina Simanuel, very accomplished batsman. But at this point in time, we don't want the many dot balls. You are chasing for 189 runs, and you need to from the get-go, you need to be at it. He plays it back to the man who's feeling that short cover, and that brought the over to an end. At the end of the second over, the score is 5 for 1. 5 for 1, very effective over.
Yes, good over there from Kester Shalman, getting the wicket of Gavin Syria. And a good start there to the inning there by Millet. They really kept it very economical. Just 5 they have considered, and most importantly, they have picked up the wicket of one of the big threes.
Oh yes. Well.
So as we see Charles coming from the southern end. Certainly he had a very good first over and would really want to replicate that, or perhaps better it, getting one in the wicket column.
Yes, here he comes and he goes it. He's dropped. He's dropped.
Very sharp catch there to moving Charles there at slip. Tariq to get down on this one. It was sort of a almost Yorker length, and he looked to got down at this one very quickly, but got the outer edge of the bat, and this one flew to moving at first slip, and really it was in and out in a flash.
Yes. As soon as you watch, it was
missed there by moving Charles.
Yes. Oh, he allowed this ball to go through. Left alone by Tariq. He's full of concentration there. He has to come good for Caribbean Stars if they have to overhaul that total. He's there tapping at the crease as Charles goes back to his bowling mark. He's coming into bowl. He's about 15 steps. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, they're about. And the ball is uppish. Who will get it? Nobody will get it. It is going to the boundary, and now it crosses the line.
Yes, a bit of improvisation there by Tariq. Just moving across the stump and just lapping this one down to the vacant backward square boundary there for 4.
Yes.
So certainly Tariq just providing a bit of improvisation. The Charles has been bowling sort of a tight length, and he certainly knowing that the sort of total that he has to overall. Another improvisation again, and this time around.
Will it be caught? No. Oh, that's a fine shot, sir.
Yes, again, just getting across the off stump and just hitting this one over the head of the wicket keeper.
Yes.
Down to the boundary for 4. So certainly the Millet captain would have to make a bit of adjustment in the field, seeing that Tariq looking to improvise on quite a few occasions there. So they certainly need to get the field placing right.
Yeah, so there's a final leg now, from footman to fine leg. The adjustment has been made, and Tariq is very much aware that the fielder, is in that position. Let us see what shot will he play this time around. Charles comes to bowl to Tariq. He delivers, and he swings upishly hard, but there's nobody there. This is a massive one.
Yes, this one, Charles just shot on this occasion, and Tariq just hit this one over the wide mid-wicket area, what we would normally call cow corner.
Yeah.
And it has gone all the way for 6. So certainly the making of a very expensive over.
Yes.
I think somewhat 14 runs has come off this over so far.
14, yes. 6 and 2 fours. And he's going again. That's another one again. Will it be 6 runs?
Another 6.
This is aggressive batting there by the one, Tariq.
Some 20 runs has come off the third over. And as I did indicate, Tariq certainly was just playing a wait and see approach in the first 2 overs, and he has really put his foot down on the accelerator in the third over. Very expensive over, some 20 runs coming off the over, and the score has moved on to a 25.
Is it? Do you have 25?
25 after 3.
25.
So certainly in the third over, Tariq has really upped the ante, and he certainly would need to bat out as long as possible. And it may appear to be a huge score, 189 chasing, but I could guarantee if Tariq Gabriel were to bat up until the 18th, 19th over, if they are not within range of overhauling this total, I'll be losing my last 2 cents.
Oh, yes. Tariq Gabriel is in full cry, very aggressive. This time around, he went after Charles, and he was very much successful. We saw some elegant shots, improvised, and this went to the boundary, and 2 massive 6s over mid-wicket area and square leg, forward of square. He really come into his own now. In the meantime, Kester Shalmain is about to bowl his second delivery to Sabinas. And Sabinas flashing that this one doesn't make contact into the gloves of the keeper.
Yes, good bowling there by Captain Shalmain there. Just keeping it just outside the off stump. Sabinas really reaching out for this one. Missing out on both occasions. So good line, good length there by Kester Shalmain.
Okay, he bought his run.
Shot again.
Ball cut back into Sabinas.
Came back sharply.
Yeah.
He was struck in the midriff area there and really couldn't get back to ball. And we could see Tariq Gabriel very animated in the other end, trying to indicate to him, get behind, get back to ball, get me on strike. Good slow ball there by Kester Shalmain. Good variation there.
That's a lot of variety there.
So some 4 deliveries there, 4 dot balls.
He's getting some encouragement from his teammates. And he oh, that's a Yorker length.
Good full length delivery there. Are we going to see a maiden over?
Most likely.
In the match, just one delivery left.
One delivery.
5 deliveries gone. Good line, good length there by Kester Shalmine.
Okay.
Good ball there and
maiden
over there by captain Kester Shalmine. So good comeback over there after conceding some 20 runs in the third over. He was able to come back and bowl a maiden over. So some 25 after 4. So
yes.
One would still say Millet would still be in the driver's seat.
Yeah, but they must not relax. They are trying to consolidate now. With Tariq Gabriel back on strike. Let's see. Will Charles be changed? New bowler, will it be? It looks so. There might be an... All right. Charles is continuing. He's going to bowl the 5th over. So at the end of the over number 4, the score remains 25 for 1.
Yes, it will be very interesting to see at what point Xavier Gabriel would be coming into the attack. Perhaps he would be coming to close the inning. But it would be very interesting to see at what point he would be introduced in the attack, because he certainly would be one of the key bowlers. He could be very economical at times, and if he can get it right tonight, he could be a handful.
Okay, this is here to see as Charles continues to bowl in the over number 5 down the leg side. Wide signal there. Charles, this time around, I don't know if he feels the pressure.
Certainly, if you've been struck for 20 runs in your previous over, there's a handful of bowlers who could just erase that of their memory and just come back and fall back on line on length.
Yeah.
So certainly, he would be feeling the pressure.
Yeah.
And one just has to wait and see.
Good.
How he's going to come out of this third over, if he's going to come out unscathed like than the previous over.
Yes, here he comes as Tariq Gabriel is there doing some distractions to the bowler. He swings again, another hard and high, we never caught. Oh,
brilliant effort. He was able to parry this one back into the to the field. Brilliant effort there.
Oh, this was
a bit of athleticism showed there by the captain.
Oh yes,
Kester Shalmine. He really could not hold on to this one, but he was able to jump and parry this one. So he must be a volleyball player somehow.
Wow.
I think the national volleyball coach should be interested in him.
Very much so, very much so.
But good bit of cricket there by, good bit of fielding there by Kester Shalmine. Was able to parry this one back into play and really save 5 runs there.
Yeah.
For the Millet team.
Yes. Okay, so Charles is going to bowl his to Sabinas. Let's see if Sabinas will continue where Tariq Gabriel left off.
He got a better delivery. Yorker left there, full delivery there. Really came down late on this one. Actually struck the boot.
Yeah.
So far one would say a good comeback over there by Charles.
Very much so.
And Sabinas seems to be struggling a bit out there. He's really have not gotten back to ball on too many occasions.
No, he wants to rotate the strike to expose. Oh, he's there flashing.
Playing and missing.
Yes.
So it seems to indicate that this is a player who has not perhaps been playing cricket of late.
Yeah, most likely.
And with just coming out of the festive season, one really know that not too many sportsmen who are, would go and practice in the month of December, getting into January, and he perhaps have not held a bat in couple weeks or couple months, one would say.
Yeah.
Certainly been playing and missing too many balls.
Here comes Charles bowling to Sabinas down the leg side. Oh, he's not on target this time around.
Just loose down the leg side, and perhaps a little too wide. Sabinas could not get back to ball.
Yes.
But we could see Tariq speaking to him, perhaps encouraging him to try to rotate the strike, get him on strike as much as possible. But when you are not in form, it's always a struggle out there.
It is indeed.
Sometimes you just need one to come out, what we would say, the sweet bread, the sweet part of the bat to bring back the confidence.
Right.
But he's struggling out there at this point in time.
Another good delivery there. It's a suicidal run. So there's a firing at the non-striker's end, but Sabinus, there's no damage done.
Yes, good effort there from from Xavier Gabriel, just running into the short mid-wicket area, taking this one and just taking aim at the stump at the non-striker's end, but Sabinus Emmanuel was quick over the pitch, and certainly Xavier Gabriel missed this one. But Tariq Gabriel is back on strike. Certainly he sees himself as the one to win the game for his team.
Yes, but Charles may have other plans. He might be caught. Will he? No, it fell short of him. Wow.
Looking for the big forcing shot there. Went to the mid-wicket area. One bounce to Kester Shalmine, resulting in just one run.
Just one. So the score moves on to 29. 20?
30.
Okay, we are 30.
Yeah, 30 for the loss of what? 2 wickets? 1?
Yeah.
30 for 1. The loss of Gavin Sterrier Jr.
Yeah. Oh, this time around.
From Sabinus Emmanuel getting full contact and just dispatch this one over the long on boundary for 6. So a good end to this over there by Sabinus, getting 6 of the final delivery, and the scores move on to 36 after 5.
46 after 5.
So 36 after 5, they certainly would. They are way behind compared to the innings of Millet at this very same stage. As I did indicate earlier on to you that Millet got some 70 runs of the 6 overs, the power play overs. At this point in time, they are
way behind.
They are 46, so they are quite a way off.
20 more runs, more than them. Okay. 20.
So if one were to make the comparison after 5, Millet would have been 56.
56.
And the Caribbean Stars, they are on 36.
Yeah.
And they have lost just 1 wicket. So, but the key to the innings would be Tariq Gabriel. And as I did indicate to you, at what point would Xavier Gabriel come into the attack? And he's coming into the attack in the 6th over. Yes, so the experienced Xavier Gabriel has been introduced into the attack. Certainly coming to replace Kester Shalmine, hoping to keep things tight from the northern end.
But Tariq might have other ideas. He's down the pitch. Just place it to the left of the player who is at short mid-wicket, and a single is there in the making. He's going down the wicket to have a chat with his counterpart and tell him, maybe just rotate it, give me strike.
Yeah, well, certainly the Caribbean Stars batsmen would have to target at least 2 bowlers from the Millet team, and they certainly would have to be very much selective against the likes of perhaps Xavier Gabriel, who's very experienced. Xavier Gabriel, Kester Shalmine would be perhaps the 2 hardest bowlers to get away on this Millet team. But I guess the 4th and 5th bowlers, certainly you would have to target them. Looking at the sort of bowling attack that they have there, that the 4th and 5th bowler you would have to attack.
Yes. Down the leg side. Another wide. 38.
Scores move on to 38 now. 38 for 1 after 5.1 overs. And that
might be good stop there by the
pacer filled in there by.
Is it Charles?
Yes, Cameron Charles.
Yeah.
Just stretching out and able to stop this one, preventing what would have certainly been 4.
Yes.
So that brings Tariq Gabriel back on strike. And we see the field Shift around for the right-hander. And gets
he
into
plays
the improvisation there.
Wow.
So just one run. Tariq Gabriel really wanted the second run.
He wanted it. Running very fast between the wicket. There's a little drizzle there, but that's not anything to disturb anybody.
Good full pitch delivery again there.
No. There's a close run there.
There's an appeal there, but not outside umpires. Cyrus Sipal.
Yeah, the umpiring has been very much impressive to me.
Yes, they've done a fairly good job, not just in the finals, but in the tournaments. On the whole, we've seen a good level of officiating so far.
Yes, very commendable. Tariq Gabriel in his first delivery over. And he's flashing that ball. There's no one there.
One point to the point area for Ford. So Xavier Gabriel on this occasion just shot outside the off stump, really giving Tariq the leeway to really free his arms and really took full advantage of the short and wide delivery.
Yes.
Just struck this one to the point boundary there for 4. One bounce. So good batting there by Tariq Gabriel.
Indeed. He's down the pitch, playing it back along the pitch to Tariq Gabriel, brings it over to an end. At the end of over number 6, the score is on 44. 46
for 1. So looking at the power play, they were only able to manage some 46 runs and with the loss of 1 wicket. And looking at the scores of the Millet team, they were 70 for 1 after 6.
Yeah.
So certainly one would say the power play, the battle in the power play, Millet certainly had a better power play than
46-70. Okay, so we're not missing any cricket now. They are preparing to bowl. Beautiful. Would you like to do it? Okay, go. Yes, sir.
Benedict, but Bobby, yeah. Benedict, or you could say Bobby then.
Yes, with me here is the representative of the sponsor, Mr. Benedict. Want to say welcome to the finals, and would want to thank you on behalf of the organizers for continuous sponsor, and we just want to find out your opinion about the tournament so far, how you have seen it progress.
From what I've seen tonight, it's very interesting. Eagle Freight, we are very happy to be part of the sponsorship of this tournament. I know it has been going on for a few years, and we are one of the main sponsors. So it's pleasing to see the atmosphere tonight with the clubs in the finals. Unfortunately, Millet is in the finals, a club that is coming from my area, the Roseau Valley. So it's very pleasing to be the sponsor and a club coming from the area where I live,
Yeah, I was just about to say to you that it must be very pleasing to know that some of the guys that are playing out there that you are very familiar with them, as you did indicate. These guys are from the Millet area, and you're from the Roseau Valley area. Certainly, you would have been acquainted to quite a few of them, and you would have seen the progress. But not only have you guys sponsored the regular APL, but also you'll have sponsored the Veterans Tournament as well. So, what is it? Partnership that is going to continue?
Yes, definitely. Eagle Freight is committed to continue support of the APL in all its form. The main competition, the veterans, all the competitions. So definitely we pledge our commitment to continue supporting the tournament way into the future as long as it goes on.
Yes, certainly the organizers would be very pleased to hear that you guys are committed, and it's also nice to see that with your support, not only that we see the upcoming or the current players, but with your sponsorship, we're able to see some of the veterans players actually coming back into the fray and perhaps able to pass on the experience to the youngsters and to guide them along.
Yeah, definitely for continuity of the game and sports in general. It is always important to see the past players, veteran players involved in nurturing the younger players as they grow up in the game. So definitely that's a plus for the game, having veteran players coming back to support the game in whatever way, whether it be coaching, playing. So that is important and it's really pleasing for us.
Okay, so we just want to thank you guys for your continuous support, and as you have indicated, the company has pledged to continue supporting us, or should I say this tournament, for the foreseeable future. So we just want to thank you all again and to encourage you all to continue giving us this sort of support, and that we could see the APL go from strength to strength.
Yes, definitely, and we're committed to it. Our managing director is very committed to continue to support the APL, and we just wish the best to the winners tonight. My hoping is Millet. After a good showing with the bat tonight, I'm hoping they will be the winners of the tournament.
Yes, we want to thank you again.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yes, we just heard from the representative of the sponsors from Eagle Freight, Mr. Hippolyte, did pledge the company's continuous support for the APL. So we back now with the finals, Millet versus Caribbean Stars. And at this point in time, Caribbean Stars 57-1. And we saw a bit of sloppy fielding there early on. Tariq Gabriel was given a life, and one would certainly hope that it may not come back to bite them. Certainly we saw it in the first inning where Cameron Charles was given a life and he went on to get some 91 runs, and Tariq Gabriel been given a life as well. So one would hope that he would take full advantage of the chance that was given to him.
Indeed. And there's nice consolidation going on there. Caribbean Stars are getting the act together. Just 1 wicket has fallen in this over. The score is on 58-1. 58-1. As we see, they chasing that massive total of 189. Scotty comes to bowl to Sabinas. Sabinas is getting an inner edge as he went for the shot, didn't make full contact into his bat, the soft, nice area of the bat. It just trickled off keeper and the scamper for another single, moving the score to 57, sorry. There's a flash in there. He misses completely. and keeper in the process tried to dislodge the base, but his foot was grounded. No damage done.
Yes, certainly the Caribbean Stars would be feeling the scoreboard pressure. Runs on the board is runs on the board.
Yeah.
And they certainly would need to continue preserving the wicket, but at the same time they need to be trying to maintain the rate or stay close within the run rate required. And Tariq going for a big expansive cross-batted shot there. The ball did not bounce as much as he would have anticipated. But Scott really is Scotty Justin.
Yes.
Is in the process of a good over. Let's just hope that he needs to close it off.
Yeah, now the ball is getting a bit slippery between the fingers. Let's see if it will be a good delivery. Oh, yes. Here's the flick. A long flick over long off.
Oh, watch out run out. Watch out run out. Tariq Gabriel is run out. A mix-up and Tariq Gabriel is run out.
Unfortunately.
Tariq Gabriel is run out. He had not crossed. He had not crossed yet.
Ooh.
And there's a mix-up. Tariq Gabriel.
Wow.
Oh, unfortunate. There was a clear mix-up there.
Mm-hmm.
Sabina Simanuel, was not interested in the second run.
Not at all.
Tariq Gabriel just touched down and he was going back for the second. And this certainly
is a setback.
Is a big body blow to the Caribbean Stars team.
It is.
Because Sabina Simanuel, from what we have seen out there, he has not been making proper contact with the ball. Looked like he's a bit out of form. And Tariq was really playing a gem of an innings, although he was given a life early on. And if they were to pull off a victory tonight, I think he would be key.
Very much so.
In getting them over the line. And to see he has gotten out in this manner, been run out, certainly this is a big body blow for the Caribbean team in their quest to retain the title.
Yeah, he's disappointed, head down. As he removes the gloves off he just takes a seat. He's very much disappointed. Caribbean Stars are trying to see if his replacement will be able to continue where Tariq Gabriel has left off.
Well, I have seen Rafiq played a few good innings, but he's certainly not in the sort of mode that you would find a Tariq Gabriel, not the sort of class of a batter. But on his day, he could really terrorize bowlers. I have seen him play some very good innings back then when he were playing for Guy Bassadors.
Yeah. Is the score 58 or 59? 60.
So 60 for 2.
2.
So certainly the Caribbean Stars, they are behind the 8 ball.
Behind it.
So
after that disappointing end to Tariq Gabriel, they're trying to see what can be done. Let's see. Another wide delivery.
Another wide there by Justin. Seems to be struggling with the drizzle out there.
Yeah.
With the drizzle out there, bowling seems to be a little difficult there for Scotty. This one outside the off stump.
It's a better delivery.
So a good end to the over there.
Yes. The over comes to an end, but we can see at the dismissal of Tariq Gabriel, the Millet team, they were jubilant to see his back.
Yes, certainly Tariq Gabriel would be key to the run chase, and having lost them in that manner, the Caribbean Stars team certainly would be a little deflated.
Yeah.
But all is not lost.
Not
if
at
he's
all.
out, then somebody else certainly has to pick up the mantle. And
Yes.
you still have the likes of Sabinas, who can be a game changer. As I say, Rafiq Ali in the past, we know what he has done.
Yeah.
There's still the likes of Sean Stricker, who's still around, Dikesh Henry, who's still around. So there's still a bit of batting yet to come.
Very much so. So this is over number 9. Number 9. Rafik went before 100 baht to try to heave it over square leg. Didn't make contact.
We see the new bowler now, Cameron Charles, being introduced into the attack.
That's the brother of the other one.
Yes, quite a few Charles on this team. You have Cameron Charles, Movin Charles.
Yeah. Tall. Good delivery coming back into the batter. Keeper didn't collect cleanly. So Millet is trying to keep Caribbean Stars very quiet, but they may have other plans. This is the over number 9.
Yeah, well, with the dismissal of Tariq Gabriel, it's going to be a very uphill task there for the Caribbean Stars team.
Yes.
Just looking at the few deliveries that Rafik has faced, this is not a man who look like he has been playing cricket in recent time.
Yes, he
And
tried to
goes for the
reverse it.
attempted reverse straight, looking to be a little too cute.
Oh,
But
one of the Millet, Kimral Charles, that's Kimral Charles scored that brilliant for 90 plus runs there. In it was a reverse sweep that went for 4.
there were quite a few improvisation. And this one is cut and Movin will not get there. And this one has gone through the wide Footman region down to the boundary for 4. So a bit of loose, bit of bowling there by Cameron Charles. This one was short and wide outside the off stump.
Yeah.
And all Rocky had to do was just get back to it and get it to the wide, to the right of Movin in the Footman region and down to the boundary for 4.
Good shot. Good shot. It was there. It was asking for that delivery to reach the boundary because it was wide of the stump. And he played uppish, and the tall Charles extended his hands. It passed over the hand and down to the mid-off area for a single.
Yeah, Cameron Charles perhaps was a little just slow to react. Perhaps the Cameron Charles 10 years ago would have just gobbled this one up quite easily. But Sabina Simanuel certainly would be good into the over there, dot delivery there. And Sabina has struck a few lusty blows, but he really is struggling out there.
Yes, intermittently. It's coming intermittently.
He's really missing out on too many of the deliveries that he's been playing at.
He needs to be more consistent.
And too many dot balls they've been soaked up by Sabinas Immanuel. Clearly, this is a sign of a man who has not been playing cricket of late.
Yeah.
The Sabinas Immanuel that we know of, he's very explosive. And he's basically a shadow of himself out there, one would say.
Yes. So that's brought over number 9 to an end, and at the end of this over, the score is on 66. 66.
So
they are way behind the score.
Yes,
the run rate is moving up higher and higher. Every dot delivery, every dot ball.
Yes, certainly. Somebody needs to up the ante if they are to get anywhere close to that total. And again, outside the off stump, Rafik looking to run this one down through Footman. Didn't make any contact. The ball went safe into the gloves of the wicketkeeper.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Full delivery on the legs. And Rafik just hitting this one into the mid-wickets area. Over the boundary there for 6. So a good timely blow there by Rafik.
Yes.
Scotty just earned on this occasion. Full delivery there. And Rafik took full advantage of this one.
Yes. Here is he trying another reverse sweep. To a slower ball. Didn't make contact. As a matter of fact, the ball hit his abdomen area. And keeper sent it back to the bowler. But the previous delivery, he was one foot down the wicket and he swung across that ball into mid wicket for 6. He tries it again, doesn't make contact. Good delivery, Scotty, this one.
Yes, good comeback. Good comeback there by Scotty. Just getting a bit of bounce on this occasion. And short delivery there, loose down the leg side. So loose delivery there down the leg side there, and Rafiq on this occasion really did not capitalize on this one. Was only able to get just 1 run of what should have gone perhaps for 4 or 6.
Oh yes, thereabout.
Again, loose delivery there, driving loosely outside the off stump, getting the inside edge.
Yes.
And was dropped. But again, Sabinus looking for the big expansive drive over the top and not making full contact.
Not at all.
So he's really struggling out there.
Indeed.
And after
73.
After 10 overs,
Millet was 100 and what?
103. So they are 40 runs.
Oh, it's too
adrift of where Millet was at the very same stage.
Yes. 11, 12.
So certainly, Millet, one would say, have won the first half of this inning as well.
Yes. But knowing what cricket is all about, we know that anything can happen. As we saw, this is Rafiq hitting, flashing after that ball on his offside, didn't make contact. And so Charles is keeping Rafiq at bay. He's coming to bowl the second delivery in this over. He comes, delivers again, and he swings at that. The ball is going through square of the wicket in the square leg region. 1 bounce to the keeper, 1 run to the total, 74. 74 for 2. In the 11th over, just 2 dot balls. 2 deliveries gone. 74. Yeah, just in the field, the third man is coming to a shorter region. Oh, he gets a gift, but didn't make full use of that gift as that ball played in the mid-wicket area. Just 1 run Sabinus was able to get from this shot. It was a ball that could have been dispatched over square leg, but he seemed to be struggling there. Good delivery there as Rafiq plays and didn't make contact.
So certainly, Kemal Charles been bowling in good areas there. Batsmen are trying their utmost best, but really cannot get the balls away. This one again, just on the leg there, and Rafiq looking to heave this one into the square leg area. And yes, failed again to make any contact. So certainly the rate is increasing every delivery there. They had to start off with a rate of 9.45, and they are unable to keep up with the rate. So a bowler
unable to. Look at the delivery. It was not the regular. It was a deceptive ball. It was floated in the air, and as it floated, Rafiq went after it and missed that ball completely. It also shaved the stumps, I can see, but the bails are intact. Here comes, he bowls, that's a better ball, but there's a man there. Oh, good shot there as he went back on 1 foot and swung that ball behind, between backward of square and fine leg into the boundary for an elegant looking 4. This brings the score to 79 for 2. at the end of over number 11.
Yes, good shot there. Played there by Rafik. One would say a la Gordon Greenidge.
Right.
Getting off on one foot and just swivel this one and getting 4 runs in the process. But certainly they would need to have quite a few more of this sort of shots, more productive shots, if they had to get anywhere close to overhauling that score of 189.
Yeah, yeah. Well said there. You know, just one over can make a change, can make a difference to the Caribbean team.
Well, at this stage in the game, I think they need more than one good over.
Yeah.
Certainly, they are way behind where they would have wanted to be at this point in time. And Sabinas Emmanuel again looking for the big expansive drive and missing.
He misses.
So he certainly has been missing.
Scotty is into his third over, and Sabinas is swinging across down the leg side, and the outstretched arms of umpire Karu is indicating that it's a wide. So one more to the total. The score moves on to 80. Scotty needs to straighten his line, bowl straighter. And that's a huge one.
Well, that was an attempted slow ball, and that one just sat in the wickets, begging to be hit.
Yeah.
And Sabinas Emmanuel took full advantage of this one, swung it into the square leg boundary for 6. So Sabinas certainly would need a few more of these shot again, and he pulls this one. It's in the air. 6 runs. So that's the second consecutive 6 there. Misjudged there by the fielder on the long on boundary there. Sort of overrun this one, and it went over his head and hit the ropes on the full for 6. So 2 consecutive 6s there for Sabinas Emmanuel. Is that a sign that he's starting to switch gears?
Let us see. This is the 12th over. Scotty into bowl to Sabinas. He gets hit. 1 bounce and saved. 1 bounce saved. So 1 run to the total. 93 in the 12th over. There was an attempted catch there. The fielder at mid-on misjudged as the ball passed over his head onto and hit the rope, which indicated it was a 6. Much to the disappointment of the captain, who was just nearby. Here comes Scotty bowling to Rafik. Another full delivery, and he's bowled. Rafik is bowled with a full toss down the leg side. Yeah, he's bowled. Rafik went into his wicket, exposed that leg stump, and that ball, like a rocket, when he missed, hit the leg stump. And so that's the end of Rafik as he walks disappointingly to his corner, replaced by
Sean Stricker. Yeah, it's a disappointing end to the innings of Rafiq Ali, really getting across to perhaps work this one for the backward square area, but completely missed this one, and the ball struck the left stump. What should have been an easy 6 had it just stood his ground and perhaps just swung. But looking to be too cheeky, too cute, and going right across the stump and completely missing this one, and he was comprehensively bowled. Yeah. So the Caribbean Stars have lost another wicket. We saw that has brought in Sean Straker into the crease, but I do not know how much cricket Straker has been playing of late. Certainly one of the promising players we had at one time. Did represent Central Castries for a number of years. Remember clearly, tour to Barbados with the Central team. He perhaps was one of the younger players on tour. This one there to him outside the off stump, wide signal there by umpire Caro. Full ball and Stricker completely missing this one.
Yes.
Just needed to get back to this one. But the end of a very successful over there for Scotty, getting the wicket of Rafiq Ali.
Yes. We saw the newcomer in the name of
Sean Stricker.
Hitting that ball, trying to hit it after the ball was already in the keeper's gloves.
Well,
so it was a faster ball.
He was certainly late on the shot.
Yeah.
Full ball, all he needed to do was to get back to this one, but he was sort of late.
Yeah. Sabinus, the pressure is on Sabinus, Caribbean Stars. Will he be able to duplicate the last over, where we had 2 consecutive sixes hit off the bowling of Charles? There is another bowler.
Xavier Gabriel.
Xavier.
Start off with a wide down leg side. So we're into the start of what? The 14th or 15th over?
14th.
14th over.
Yeah. Over number 13 is being bowled. And as that over has started, then we know that the run rate has also increased rapidly, significantly, and we're not seeing any sign of it decreasing. Oh, delivery. Good delivery there as Sabinus had to dig it out, and it didn't even require a single, as the keeper just run square of the wicket to deny them a single. Here comes Xavier, swinging across the line there, doesn't make contact. Also, it'll be good for him to play straight, get the singles. At least you are increasing your score, but by dot balls, it is not anything to your advantage. Here comes Gabriel, and he swings at it again, doesn't make contact.
Certainly, Sabinus Emmanuel is struggling out there.
Indeed.
It's a sign of a man who has not been playing cricket of late, clearly.
Yeah.
He's been swinging and missing too many occasions there. Full toss.
Yeah, this is
this one was
ball.
Swung.
Yeah.
To the square leg area. And he got 6 in the process. So very poor delivery there by Xavier Gabriel after bowling some free, tight deliveries. This one was just full outside the leg stump, and all Sabinus had to do was just help himself.
Yeah. Is it 100, sir? 101? 100 is up.
So the Caribbean Stars have finally gotten to 100. They were very slow in getting there. This one certainly would have been a Judge LBW. Playing across the line. Another swing and a miss down the leg side. Just not getting back to ball.
Yeah.
Certainly he's been struggling out there throughout his innings.
Okay.
And he has just been swinging
and missing.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah.
So certainly he has gotten the odd 6 in the over, but certainly not the sort of productive over that he would have wanted or his team would have wanted at this stage of the inning.
Yeah. It is. At this stage of the innings, you need to up the run rate. Over number 13 just completed, and the score is 102. 102 for free.
So some 87 runs required in 7 overs.
42 balls.
So
87.
So
delivery.
certainly it is a huge ask there for Caribbean Stars. But it's not over until it's over.
Yeah. Another wide.
It's the introduction of a new bowler there, and certainly he's struggling with his foot in there.
Yeah.
With the drizzle we had earlier on there. Another wide. So not this sort of start that they would have wanted, but Millet probably is feeling that they have this one in the bag already, and they're sort of even experimenting with the bowlers out there.
I believe Millet is trying an experiment there. They send a bowler who has not been bowling much for them. Here is he pitching short and wide delivery. Another wide is called there by umpire. So we have seen
3 wide so far.
So far. And only one
legal delivery.
One legal delivery, yeah. He is struggling. Another one again. That's 4. 6. That's four wide so far. He's having a hard time delivering that ball on target.
Yeah, he's certainly struggling.
So he's coming
wrong the wicket now.
Wrong the wicket. Let's see if this will improve. Yeah, it's a better one. That's a better delivery, sir.
Yes, certainly.
Yeah. He needs to maintain it. This will be what he has to do in the next couple of deliveries to come. Keep it as he bowled that previous one. Let's see. It's another wide delivery. So he has his challenges, and the skipper might be saying it's time for him to over, so that he can just rest this gentleman. Good delivery. That was a better one. He has some. He can bowl, you know. He has the ability to deliver that ball, and when he delivers it on target, you can see the ball is swinging. Stricker is hitting this ball in that area there, as in that middle or on area, as the fielders on of the boundaries, or the boundary runs in, and they cross for a single. The score moves on to 107, 108, 100. 107. Sabinas will capitalize on him. Let's see. Down the leg side again. That's 5.
Certainly a long over bowler.
Oh boy. You don't bowl these balls in a final. You don't see these things at that level. That level you don't bowl at many wides.
Well, certainly the bowler is struggling perhaps with his run up.
Okay, that's a massive one. Yeah. The massive runs. And Sabina swung at this one. Over. Deep square leg for a massive 6. Some 114.
So the bowler is clearly struggling with his footing. So let's see if Sabinas could capitalize.
He needs to.
On this final delivery.
He needs to. Yes, he did. He did so. Oh, that is. Why. 14, 120.
So good over there, good productive over there for the Caribbean Stars. Somewhat 17 runs came off the over, 5 wides and the 2 sixes.
Yep.
So good. So good productive over there. 121. So
121. Oh. Well, there's some communication between the skipper and the big move.
So some 60, what, 67?
Yeah.
Some 68 runs needed.
Yeah.
68 of 46. So the game is still on, still interesting.
Yeah.
Sabina certainly would be the key to get them over the line. Not
Indeed.
that Stricker is not capable, but he has not been playing cricket for a while now. But you still have the likes of Kester, you still have Xavi Gabriel.
Yeah.
With a few overs remaining. Good field in there.
And good throw to the keeper. To the bowler, non-striker.
So certainly we start hearing the Caribbean stars field players now are certainly getting their voices. We can hear Munford in the background there. Really encouraging the likes of Sabinus, asking them to get them over the line, get them over the line.
Yes.
There's a renewed sense of belief.
Another dot ball.
Good bowling there by Charles. This one well up into the block hole. Sabinus really couldn't do anything about this one. So certainly it's a good gripping contest out there. Sabinus certainly would have been one of the big frees to bring that home if they had to. And a good expansive drive there, just on past the field at the point there, down to the boundary for 4. So certainly the match is getting very interesting.
It is. It is. We are getting lots of encouragement from the Caribbean Stars teammates. Sabinus is trying to be himself once again, as Kimral Charles is trying to deny him that. But he has been bowling well, and he plays that ball just open the face of the bat as the ball hit it, and it just flew into that vacant gully cover point area for another elegant looking shot, so moving the score to 130. Very much so.
Yes, good cricket they played there. Good by Sabinus there. Really full ball outside the off stump and just helping this one to the wide of the footman boundary there, down to the boundary for 4. So certainly the match is very poised. It's really in the balance right now. The Caribbean Stars certainly are making a match of it.
Okay, he gets a single as he plays it. As he plays it in the mid-wicket area for a single. 141. 141 as we see Stricker is on strike. Stricker needs to be up in his bat. Kimral has a longer run up. He plays it along the pitch as the made-off fielder runs back to retrieve the ball. 1-1 to the score at the end of over number 15. 142.
142.
142, right? Yeah, 142. 142, yeah.
142.
Yeah. So 5 more overs to go.
Yeah, 15 overs gone.
Yeah. 40 deliveries. And And 42, 9, 7, 57. 57 runs, 42, 40 deliveries. Wow, that's gettable.
So 57 in 42.
Yeah. 30. 6-5 to 30. Oh, it's striker. Dot ball.
But
So-
with Kester Charlemagne having 2 of those 5 overs left, it's going to be very interesting because he's always one who has the ability to close the innings.
Yeah, yeah.
He does it very successfully for South Castries. So certainly you are getting into his area at this point in time, the back end of the inning. That is where he's very effective.
Let us see if he can.
So certainly he would be key.
Yeah. He can. They are tightening the covers. This gentleman is going to the mid wicket to stop the single. And we have a long off and a long on. And nobody's there.
Really bisected the 2 fielders.
Yep.
One at mid wicket on this square leg down to the boundary for 4. So certainly Sabinus is certainly getting his groove at this point in time.
It's coming at the right time.
It is coming at the right time. We saw him really playing and missing at the beginning of his innings, and I did indicate to you this is a man who has perhaps not been playing cricket.
Yeah.
Oh, no baller. So, yeah.
No,
Well, certainly they haven't got 4 players inside the circle, is it? That should have been a no ball. Yeah. No, but there's less than how many guys in this? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 in the circle.
2. 1,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Yes, a good comeback there by Kester Charlemagne. Good slower ball there, good deception there.
Yeah.
So good over there.
You have 148, sir?
So just 7 runs off the over. So good over there by
Very
the
good.
captain Kester Charlemagne. So with
148.
138. So another 51 required in 24 deliveries. 51 in 24. So certainly you're looking at about what, 13 and over?
Yes, if they can maintain it at that rate,
Yes.
they'll be able to overhaul that score, but it's still challenging. Big
Yes.
move. Will he come into the... No. Oh, Xavier. Xavier is going to bowl the 17th over. 17th over.
So Xavier with 2, Kester with 2.
Tied.
Kester has 1 left.
One
so
left.
certainly it's 2 of the more experienced bowlers closing the innings. Okay.
Xavier, dot ball.
Swing and a miss there by Sabina Simonwell.
5 more deliveries left. Let's see how will he fare in this 16th over. In this 17th over, sorry. Xavier is doing some repairs to his boot. Comes, delivers. Sabinas is hitting it hard and 1 bounce to the player. 149. Stricker is on strike. Xavier bowls to him. And he swings, doesn't make contact. Ball hit his body. Remains 49. 149. 149. Xavier with all his experience and guile. Let us see how will he fare in this delivery. Another full ball onto his boot. Very good ball in there by Xavier so far. what the score remains on that 149 mark.
Yeah, but with a field open, Striker's aim should be to get Sabinas on strike as quickly as possible.
Very good.
Rather
very
than
good.
him trying to
Very good.
going for those big expansive drive and keep missing.
Wide delivery. 140. 140. So Xavier has to bowl another delivery. He comes in to Striker and he plays it. He play almost. Will there be a run out? No. There can be a third. No, only two. So to get 142. 142.
So certainly good gripping contest out there between the Caribbean Stars and Millet. And
No, that'll be
Striker
caught.
caught on the wide mid wicket boundary there. Striker looking to throw the kitchen sink at this one, but only successful in getting the safe hands of Kester Shalmine on the boundary. So another timely dismissal there by Millet, seeing the back of Sean Striker, but importantly for these Caribbean Stars that Sabina Simanuel is still out there.
He's still there, fighting it, giving
But
it all.
it's still going to be a very uphill task with 142 now.
Yes, 142.
So an additional 47 runs in 18 balls.
Yeah.
So certainly it's going to be a tall order there.
It is.
More than, 16 needed in and over. So it's a very tall order there for the short Sabina Simanuel.
Yeah. Yes. This is, so we have a new replacement to.
Yes, Smith has just joined Sabina Simanuel
Smith.
at the wicket.
Yeah. Smith.
And fortunate for Millet is that Smith is the one who's be taking strike. So the new batter out in the middle and he has to take strike immediately. So this is an additional pressure there for the Caribbean Stars team. So Scotty would be interested with the 17th, with the 18th over.
Yes.
Number 17 bowling the 18th over.
Oh, he swings it. You get four.
Loose delivery down leg side there, and Smith taking full advantage of this one. Just hitting it to the left of the man on the long leg boundary there, down to the boundary for 4. So the start.
Yes, it was a loose delivery down the leg side, and he helped it. And he helped it again. Very good. No, they are not. Yes. Yes. 154. Oh. 155.
Good.
Another wide ball there, 160. 160. The score is getting closer to the Millet score. The pressure is certainly building on this over. The 18th over is very decisive. Ladies and gentlemen, we are having very exciting time now as we saw a dead ball there. So he has to bowl this over. No addition to the score. But certainly we can see that Scotty is under pressure. He is feeling it like all other bowler bowling those in this tense moment. A pitch, somebody is under it. Will he take the catch? Yes, the catch is taken. But Hilarion came there and Hilarion did a job. He indeed did a job to put Caribbean Stars back in the strike. So 160.
Yes, so some 29 runs needed of 12 deliveries. So it is still very much gettable. So we need some 14.5 and over.
Yes.
So 29 of 12. Still 29 of 12. Still gettable. 160.
Yeah.
159.
That's
so 30 runs needed.
Yeah.
So 30. 30 needed of 12 deliveries, 15 and over really. 15 and over. So who's bowling the penultimate over? Would it be the captain Kester Shalmain?
Is it 160, sir? 159. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so 30 required in the last 2 overs. So 30 of 12.
15.
15 and over, really.
Over. Fabinus is still there. That's the good news for Caribbean Stars. He's coming into his own as every delivery is ball. Ball by ball, Fabinus is looking better. Better and better. And we are hoping that before the 12 deliveries come to an end, Fabinus will take his team over the finishing line. But he is struggling, and as he struggles, let us see if he will be able to make it. There is
and he's out caught. A short foot one there by Unel. Looking to whip this one, getting the leading edge, and the ball went to Mervyn at short foot man. So the start of a successful over, what would say, the 19th over
19th.
For the Millet team. Seeing the back of the captain, Lnostudios.
Yeah.
Really did not trouble the scorers.
He didn't.
As we see, the very cheerful Munford is out in the middle. He was the one really encouraging Sabinus to take them over the line. Now he has an opportunity to take his team over the line. Let's see what he will do in the process.
He has joined Sabinus at the wicket. And he's holding one end as Sabinas is defending his stoutly. Here comes Xavier. Bowling down the leg side. Wide is called there. 160 now is on the board. 160. Yeah. Good delivery. Cut back in sharply. Keeper had to move to his left as he dived.
Good delivery there by Xavier Gabriel indeed. Munford looking for the big expansive drive, getting the inner part of the bat. This one goes down to the square leg region. Only getting one in the process, but most importantly, bringing Sabinas Emmanuel back on strike. And if they are to get over the finish line, he certainly would be the one to get them over the line.
Very much so. But Xavier may have other ideas.
Certainly with the experience of Xavier Gabriel, should be making life difficult for Sabinas. So he looks for the big expansive drive outside the off stump and misses this one again for the umpteenth time. Big expansive drive out there.
Yeah.
And certainly has failed to make contact. So he's just getting increasingly harder and harder for the Caribbean Stars team to overhaul this total. A big egg drive again. A swing and a miss again.
Yes, another one.
So just 7 deliveries remaining in this over. Looking for a quick delivery. So at the end of 19,
Yes, the score at the end of the 19th over, 162.
162, so 27 required. 27 runs required in the last over. So certainly with the captain, Kester, Shalmine. The captain, Kester Shalmine, would have the responsibility of bowling the 20th over and really sealing the victory for his team, fittingly as captain. So we could see the movements of players around. Xavier Gabriel coming into the mid-wicket region, moving. Charles has been moved around into the long off area, so they are putting some of the better fielders in the key areas. Another swing and a miss there by Sabinas Emmanuel.
Well, that's the norm. It has become the norm, swing and miss.
So Kester is Shalmine, sorry. Another full one on this one. He swung into the backward square area.
4 runs.
And they've gotten 4. So Sabinas Emmanuel certainly had a very slow start and really has swing and miss at quite a few.
Quite a few.
But he still has put on a valiant effort out there.
167. Wide was bowled by Kester this time around. And they are making some changes.
So 4-6 certainly can do the trick there. Okay, this is one in the air. Moving us after it. And it's dropped. Coming here, errors there. Munford wanting to come back for the second one. He's pleading with Sabinas to come back for the second, and Sabinas was just anchored at the non-striker's end. And Sabinas should be aware that he is the main striker there. If anything, he has to come back to the striker's end as early as possible.
Indeed, indeed.
But it looked like he had already given up the ghost a long time ago, and he has just considered defeat. And Munford coming down the wicket had to pull the emergency brakes.
Yes. And that's all he did. And that's
all he did, and he ended up
just stood there in mid-pitch. Could not go forward, could not go back.
So unfortunate end to the innings, brief innings of Munford.
Yes.
But it's just another nail in the coffin of the Caribbean Stars.
Indeed, sir. Indeed.
And that's Dikesh Henry is out there. Another swing and a miss. Good delivery there by Captain Kester Charlemagne. Slower delivery. Wide outside the off stump. And umpire Caro has his hands outstretched to indicate it's a wide. Another swing and a miss again.
Yes.
Full delivery. As I did indicate to you, this is his specialty, closing the innings.
That's it.
And final delivery of the innings there. And Millet certainly has pulled out a victory. They have played the tournament unbeaten. They were able to post a very competitive total, 189. It was always going to be an uphill task there.
Yes, it was.
For the Caribbean Stars. And certainly one would have needed the effort of Tariq Gabriel, which they did not get. He was unfortunately run out.
Yes.
But one, Charles, could certainly say that they did put up a good fight.
A good fight it was, as we saw the demise of Tariq Gabriel, and in came in the other batters, and they chipped in nicely as Sabinas continued to consolidate. He consolidated so much that it was a matter of giving him the strike, and that unfortunate run out by of Montfort was able to swing it even closer, more on the Millet team. So Millet is now the deserving champion of APL 2021.
Yes, it's a tournament that started in 2021 and it's been completed in 2022.
Yeah.
But certainly Millet deserve to win. They've played unbeaten and they have exhibited some good cricket this evening, especially with the bats up front, posting a massive total of 188. And we saw some good bowling by the Millet team when it was detoned in the field. So all in all, one would say that we got a good finals, a good competitive score with the batting, and then we saw a good comeback and good bowling, good all-round cricket. There were a few drop catches, a few misfield, but all in all, I mean, one could safely say that we're satisfied with it. Was a good competitive finals.
Indeed, sir. It was. There were some much suspense. There was excitement. It was tense at one point. At one point, you were not even hearing Caribbean Stars and the players in the background. But towards the 16th over, as the match came closer and Sabinas got into himself, we got the cheers and the support and the encouragement from all the players, and most likely going towards them. But eventually, as we saw it, as the wickets kept falling, and it get tenser and tenser, and eventually Millet said it's ours, as the last over was bowled by Kester Charlemagne, eventually adding the last the nail to the coffin.
Yes,
Caribbean Stars.
At one point, certainly there was a glimmer of hope there for the Caribbean Stars team. But we are just about to join the presentation party, where the various awards would be given to the players.
I wish I had one. But yes, I don't think Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, we saw a very exciting APL 2021 finals come to an end as the Millet team emerged champion of the APL 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a lot of, it was gripping, it was exciting. There were times when we thought we did not know where it would have swung, whether it would be Caribbean Meta Stars or whether it would be the Millet folks. Ladies and gentlemen, eventually when the last over was bowled and the last ball was bowled, eventually it went to the Millet lads. Ladies and gentlemen, very briefly, I would like to call on our sponsor, Mr. Jabatis, as he delivers brief remarks for in these finals and for the support that he has given to the APL over the years.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Charles. I would like to say thank you to all the hardworking APL management team. I would like to also congratulate Millet tonight for winning this game. It was a tough fought game and Millet came through. So let me congratulate Mr. Charles and your team for doing such a wonderful job. Also, I thank God for giving us the means to be able to sponsor this tournament year after year, and we are pledging our support to continue sponsoring this tournament. Going forward, we'll be sponsoring APL, and I'm looking forward to another great year of cricket. So once again, congratulations to Millet and hard luck to Caribbean Stars, and we're looking forward to much more cricket in the years to come.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we want to continue to express our appreciation to our sponsor, Mr. Jabatis, Eagle Freights, as they continue to sponsor this beautiful tournament. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to call on our pastor, the pastor for the St. Lucia Mission, responsible for youth ministries on this island, as he comes to the mic to give brief remarks. You know that this is an Adventist Premier League, and we need the involvement of our good pastor as he addresses us. And I know he will also pledge his support for this beautiful game. Pastor Randolph.
Yeah. All right, good night again, APL family. It's good to be here, good to be part of a wonderful tournament. Of course, the best T20 tournament on the island of St. Lucia. I would like to first of all thank our sponsor, Mr. Jabatis, for really sponsoring this tournament year after year, and we trust that God will continue to bless him with the means so that he can continue to do so. Tonight, of course, it was about two teams, Caribbean Stars and Millet. We saw a wonderful game of cricket. Millet undefeated in the tournament, Caribbean Stars, the defending champions, and they went neck and neck. We had a wonderful game of cricket. So it means that APL is continuing to grow. APL is continuing to be exciting. And we look forward to having a wonderful tournament in 2022. Congratulations to Millet on the victory. And Caribbean Stars, we pray that you will come back stronger next year so that you can, of course, try to recapture the crown that you lost this year. So thanks again, and we pray that you continue to be part of the APL family in 2022.
Pastor Randolph. Ladies and gentlemen, as we move on in this ceremony, I just want to give commendations to our commentary team. Joining us at the finals in the commentators booth section was a very experienced cricketer, played for the Goodlands team in the person of Mr. Greg Wilson. He added a lot of quality to the commentators section, and I know the commentary went down well with us. I also want to appreciate the presence and the performance and contribution of the scorers in the section there. We want to thank you highly for your professionalism. And now there's a gentleman that we need to call to the mic as he comes to give brief remarks and give the awards to the deserving individuals. He is our chairperson, the chairperson of APL, Mr. Cyrus Sipal. Welcome. Brief remarks, sir.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Charles. I just want to commend the two teams who played today. That was international cricket at its best. Put your hands together for Caribbean Stars and Millet. Very talented, very skillful, and while they were there playing, I'm saying, but listen, Corona, you have to go away because we cannot let these guys just stay there, stay up Chime, stay Caribbean Stars all around the Caribbean, and you're not playing cricket. So we have to get cricket and we have to continue. That's why the Charles Sipal Knockout Tournament is starting in February right away. And then we're coming to you. You better just stay put because more exciting cricket is coming to you. Once again, I want to thank all my executive and all those who supported us to run this tournament. And special thank you again to Caribbean Stars and Millet for all the delays for the finals. But you were able to stay with us, you worked with us, and we were able to have a wonderful final. So thank you again, everybody, and God bless you. And Mr. Sponsor, how can I forget to say thank you so much for working with us and for pledging to continue to work with us and for bringing the game live. God bless you. All right, Mr. Charles, come quickly now. Mr. Sponsor, come quickly. So we have to swing into action right away. So we are going to do the individual awards now.
Yeah.
And you will give to him and then, yeah, Charles. Well, I'll call. Where's my glasses? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we start with 4-wicket haul. The captain is here. He will collect it on behalf of his player. One of the players, 4 wickets, Zach Edman of Goodlands. The captain is here, come to collect. He was a commentator tonight. Mr. Greg Wilson is collecting on behalf of Zach Edman, 4-wicket haul. We have the very talented and speedy bowler, 4 wickets also he collected during the tournament, Ernil Sexeus. Also collecting 4 wickets in the, not in the tournament, but for one match, okay? 4-wicket haul for a match. Mr. Kelman. What's the first name again? Yes. Mr. Shawin Kelman. And also collecting 4 wickets in a match. The most exciting player when he takes a wicket, and especially for Selvin Moffat. Montfort, sorry.
Montfort.
All right. And we get to now half centuries. If there is anybody I missed with the 4 wicket, let me know. Well, before we go to the half centuries, the only bowler to get 5 wickets in one inning, coming from Chime Millet, the brother of Johnson Charles, Kemroll Charles. There is a 4-5 wicket hauler?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, there's a thing with 4-5. check to see there was another trophy for 5-wicket haul.
Yeah, that's it. There is only 4-5. Only 5-wicket haul.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, yes, so give him that one also. Right, okay, good. All right, so we continue. Half centuries during the tournament. Captain, come and collect it on behalf of your player, Zach Edman. From Goodlands, he had a half century. Also half century from Caribbean Stars, Junior Peter.
Yeah.
Half century also from Caribbean Stars. He already had a half century and then he collected a half century today. That is Sabinas Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Excellent inning today. Played like a real West Indian, I'm afraid to say. Well done, sir. And we have a young man there who will reach far in cricket in St. Lucia. Look out for him. IPL and all the other franchise. He has multiple half centuries. And that is Mr. Where is it? Mr. Gavin Serrier. Multiple half century. We go to the Millet team scoring half century in an inning. Anderson Charles.
Yeah, boy.
Also from Millet scoring a half century, and that was the third highest score. Xavier Gabriel. Half century again, and you saw it tonight. Kemal Charles. All right, and we go now to the most wickets in the tournament. 10 wickets, none other but Kemal Charles. No. Yes, Division 1, everything Division 1. You decide. Okay. Yeah. All right. Highest wicket in an inning. Highest wicket in an inning. There is most wicket and highest wicket. Yes. Highest wicket in an inning. That is 5 wickets for 5 runs. Kemal Charles.
That's Division 2.
Okay. The highest score in the tournament. Highest score in the tournament. Before tonight, it was 88 by Sabinas. But tonight, that was overthrown. And we have the highest score in the tournament. Kemal Charles, 91. Most runs in the tournament. Most runs in the tournament. 221 runs. The dynamic, powerful left-handed batsman, Sabinas Emmanuel.
Congrats, man.
All right. And at this time, before we get now to the man of the series and man of the match for today, or MVP for today, we will ask, so I'll call you back in a while, Mr. Carroll, to come forward. And then we're going to present the medals for the second place team. Medals for the second place team. So, Captain, come through with your members so you can get second place. Let us head for Caribbean Stars, the second place team of the APL tournament.
We give it one at a time?
No, because of time.
Okay.
You will give it to them first. Because of time, we will give it to the captain and then he will hand over to them for us. Let's stay there also for the trophy. And the trophy being presented by the immediate past president of the St. Lucia National Cricket Association and also the PRO of APL. Where are the cameras?
We want a photo. Like a photo, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second place team in the Eagle Freight APL T20 2021 tournament, Caribbean Stars. Let's head for them once again. Well played, Caribbean Stars. Thank you, Mr. Carroll. Mr. Jabatis and Bobby, both of you. Right, so, oh, no, leave it back because I'm not sure. I forgot to check the. All right, so at this time, we will announce the MVP of the final, and by popular request, MVP of the final, scoring 91 runs, leading Millet to victory, Kemal Charles. Okay, and the MVP of the tournament there was a toss. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, so many. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, so we have taken the decision between the chairman and the vice chairman, and the man of the MVP of the tournament for playing good cricket throughout the tournament. Although Kemal did very well for the finals, he got his MVP for the finals, but the MVP for the entire tournament is Xavier Gabriel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so give them, the two of you now will be presenting medals. We want. Okay, so first place team, we want all of you to come one by one to get your medals because the sponsor is there, so we want that. Okay, so captain, before the medal come, captain, to say a few words quickly.
Let me give you mine.
Yeah. Oh, you're the captain for tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Tabagoshi. It's on.
All right, so as we get ready for the captain to say a few words, all right, so we're getting him ready. So what we're going to do, we will ask, right, while they're getting the captain ready, I have a thank you plaque that I want to present, ladies and gentlemen. Publicly, I want to tell them, Mr. Sponsor, I have a wonderful team working with me, but there are times I am under pressure. And 2 persons came forward this year, and they have been there with me through thick and thin, going through the roving to look for balls, organizing the pitch, cutting the grass, doing the scoring, doing everything. I want you to present that to Mr. and Mrs. Mafre for their support. Let us applaud Mr. and Mrs. Mafre. They have been doing a wonderful job in helping the tournament. Thank you. Come, Xavier. Yes, Mr. Kemal. Okay, Mr. Kemal. Millet champion once again for the second time. APL Millet, you are champion. Tell us a little about how you feel and then the guys, how it was and how the game went. Yes, go right ahead, sir. All right. So tell me something. During the Christmas season and the time that we have been out, the Millet guys up Millet, Techime, Bele, do you all normally play cricket? Okay.
So that was one of training.
And tell me what is in store for the upcoming knockout tournament. You all are down to play Vanna.
Well, more good cricket, We're just going to keep the momentum.
And right after the knockout tournament, then we start back the regular tournament again. So are you all coming to defend your title? Are you all ready for that?
The guys are up for it, man. The guys
Wonderful.
are up for it.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, no
and
problem.
then congratulations to Millet once again.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. So at this time, we're going to have the medals presentation to the Millet team. Both of you presenting. Chalo, hold the thing for them. Hold on. Yeah. Come, guys. 2 by 2. Come, guys. So because of time. Come, guys. Come, just let it flow. We have 2 of them there. All right, guys. That's Mervyn Charles, the actual captain, but tonight he gave Kemal to captain. Mervyn, former St. Lucia T20 player and also regular player. He played in the first ever T20 in the Caribbean. That is the Stanford T20. I recall seeing Mervyn keeping for St. Lucia during that match. And on that team also we have Kester and a number of other players. And Caribbean Stars, they also have powerful players. We have the great lawyer, Magistrate, who didn't play tonight, but he is also a powerful veteran, and then all the youngsters, okay? So at this time now, we are going to have the official presentation of the trophy. But then before we do that, let me say thank you once again. We are going to pray, and then after that, we are going to hand over the trophy. So we want all the team members to come over for the trophy presentation. So we say thank you again, everybody, for yet another successful APL tournament. So we are praying as we end, and after that, we do the trophy presentation for to Millet. We are praying. Lord, we thank you for blessing us. We thank you for allowing us to have sports evangelism, dear Lord. We pray that you will continue to bless us and allow us, dear Lord, to represent you in all that we do. We thank you for the 2 powerful teams we had tonight, Caribbean Stars and Millet, and the way they played the cricket, dear Lord. And in all, we represented you. So we pray that we will continue in all that we do to understand and remember that you are King of Kings and Lords of Lords, and we will continue to show you all the praise and all the glory. Bless us and keep us once again, I pray, in Jesus' name. So at this time, Captain and team members, come over so we can get some photos. So we have now, ladies and gentlemen, the new champion. Thank you, Caribbean Stars. Millet, come over. The new champion for the 2021 APL Eagle Freight Tournament, Millet. Let's head for Millet once again. Just a photo, guys. And with the sponsor, we want photo with the sponsor with you. Can you pull the mask for a little while, so we can. Just now, guys, go a little this way because the light Go a little that way. Go against that light instead. Right. Come, Lisa. Come. Yeah. Right. So you will not get the light. Right. Take it there now. Right. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Come, Lisa. You have them? Go there again. Go there again. Oh, and then the youth director to join. Pastor, come on this side. Also, and then the sponsor on this side. Yeah, stand by Bobby. And then I'll come, after that photo, then I'll come by the sponsor too. Okay, then one with me. I taught almost all of them at school, so I deserve to. All right, guys, thank you. Thank you, Millet.